So this is a little slime, which he's so cute.
I'm
I
so
love
happy
him
you know
so
the name.
That's it.
Done.
Yay! I actually done it. This isn't it. Okay.
I'm so hyped and focused on this thing.
It's
here.
hard. It's hard to concentrate.
And the thing is, when you're being bullied, you do feel as a child, why are the adults in the world letting me down? Why are they letting this happen? When I started fighting back, changed my life forever.
I'm actually enjoying a little bit of wine while we do this because it felt inappropriate to not have libations.
Look at this. It's kind of, I don't know what this was from.
I had a great freaking time. I chose a Lego set that was like, don't do the flowers, guys. Don't do the flowers.
Obviously, I'm the problem because I keep making the same bad decision.
I did berate them for a long time about coming on Lego, so when David asked, I had to say yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
No big deal.
Yeah, fuck, how do I pitch my channel? I cover a lot of the current drama and stuff that's going on, but predominantly I'm somebody who's kicked around the internet for quite a long time.
I guess technically it's round 2, though, right? Oh, no, we got it. Okay, never mind.
We're round one.
I don't know what I'm doing.
All right.
Oh my goodness. Oh, the top of my table is black here, and I just unloaded all these black Legos onto it, so it's
Outstanding.
What do tofu and a lady toy have in common?
What?
They're both meat substitutes.
So I do bonsai. I collect bonsai trees, and these trees aren't it. they're wrong. These trees they have bad form.
But then in high school, I decided to do all kinds of weird stuff to my hair. I actually dyed my hair jet black at one point, and I have white eyebrows and white eyelashes and arm hair. So
I got the part of the base done, and I'm working on what I think is the owl now. That's how you get invited back. You just do it really slow.
Yes, Expert has the most tattoos. You just can't see them.
That looks really cool.
That's awesome.
This is so random.
But it's not the size of the tower, it's how well you use it.
we're gonna be here till 2 in the morning.
Outstanding.
So past my bedtime.
Having the problem with this one here.
Just tell me what I need to do.
You're telling me that
Zero numbers. There's no numbers.
I'm not sure how you done it.
No numbers.
right?
My kids are going to build this before I'm done with mine tonight. So,
most definitely.
They're starting now.
Well, hey, if Flash can have a half-hour intro, so can we, my God.
Hello and welcome,
everybody.
Lego Law Life and Libation 35.
35. That's wild.
35. That's like my age.
Grown up Legos, not like
Swedes. Okay. I see what you did there. Little pop shot, little jab at the Swedes. I get it. What's up, man?
If you have to use a kit toy to get on the show, you're from Sweden.
That's a Danish flag. I figured it out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it was. I didn't pick up on that either.
Oh, I didn't know.
The oldest still used flag in the world that we were given by God himself.
Wow.
Given by God himself.
Yeah,
we haven't found any oil over there yet. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, we have the North Sea oil. So we actually was an oil exporter for a long time until, because we're a beautiful communist country, decided that for the environment, we would rather pay for all the oil to come from the Middle East.
Yeah, well, makes sense. By the way, if you guys don't know our guest today, the baker, is that what Aiden called them? The baker?
The baker.
Yeah. The baker. This is the baker cam. It's upside down and backwards.
Yeah, but that's because
there you go.
Because he's
it's really, really hot.
And the baker is building a wildflower bouquet. Nice.
I like that one. That's a fun set.
Beautiful.
It's very cool.
Yeah, that one's fun.
It's pretty cool.
What you
And
got?
so,
What do you? I'm building actually because Baker is the guest. I chose to build the Chinese money tree that I won in a Baker giveaway.
oh, nice.
What?
Yes, Baker gave it away. I don't know. It was like 6 months ago or something.
That's cool. I love that.
Yeah.
David,
I found this
That thing's
today.
awesome.
This is the
That's
Fortnite
cute.
llama. This thing is awesome. I didn't know this existed. I found it today, and so I'm very excited for this.
Love it.
By the way, so I went to this off-brand Lego store, and it's not like they sell real Legos there. It's not like that, but it's they
Oh,
sell,
the one place you've shown us?
yeah.
Yeah, that
And
thing's
so
cool.
they also sell used and used Legos. They sell sets that are already built, which kind of defeats the point to me. But they also buy them. I just discovered that I have a set in my house that's being sold right now for $475.
Wow.
That is it's the one of the medieval sets from back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
I have it. I'm gathering, random pieces to finish, to get everything together so I can build it here. It's worth $475. I don't know if I'm going to build it. I might just sell that thing.
You might.
Pretty awesome.
So you might, you know what? Some of those stores, if you ask them, say, could I get more? If I trade what I have, can I get more credit than the money you were going to give me? So like, can I get $600 in credit? So maybe you can just get $600 of new Lego.
Well, 600 is more than 400. He can't sell it for.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, he said that they'd give me about 50%
Oh, okay.
of what they would sell it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But I always sometimes I like to go there and trade. Like, I'd rather not take the cash and get more stuff.
Well, yeah, if you're going to spend it there.
The smell of bad English and the smell of light beer must be a Danish guest. Yes, you are not wrong, Nick.
Well, at least we can buy our beer without having to ask the government.
Right? Well, apparently you have to give them all your money though. So I don't.
Yeah,
Well,
Wendy
trust me.
was in shock earlier before we went live, learning that if she moved to Denmark, she would have to give the government 50% of all of her savings.
I had no idea about this.
Well, communism isn't free.
That's crazy.
Welcome. Well, that's the same in Sweden, though, and that's why I will never live there. I'll just visit for less than 6 months at a time.
Anything under 180 days and you can be taxed in the home country. Our former prime minister found out of that because her husband was a British citizen, and then all of a sudden they found out that, oh, he spent too much and too little time in one place, and she had to do a lot of putting out flames because if you're a social democrat and you don't pay the taxes you owe the system, it looks really bad because you're one of those who say, well, I never met a tax I couldn't raise.
Exactly. Yeah. If you want to make those rules, then you better play by those rules. By the way, if you guys don't know our guest, the Broken Baker has a YouTube channel. It is linked into the description, where he covers trials and such. Right? Introduce yourself, Baker.
Well, I am the OG Lego builder on this channel. I was on the first stream and I think the third stream. And since then, because they had Swedes on, they had to kind of lower the skill level a little bit. So I haven't been invited back on, but now I'm back. And yeah, I dabble in YouTube now and again. And primarily the true crime genre.
Dabble, he says.
Dabble. You stream like every day, all day long. But I guess that's dabbling.
No, I actually get complaints that I don't stream anymore because I've only streamed like maybe 15, 20 hours last week. So it's not enough. Plus, I put out videos every single day.
You're losing people, Baker. You're losing them.
Well, I'm not. I just I haven't had a good week, but no, I'm tired. It's 11 o'clock. It's hard to sit here and be upbeat.
Grandpa needs his cocoa.
Time is the same everywhere, Baker. I don't understand. By the way, I want to correct the record. You have been invited back. You just said no.
I didn't say no. I didn't fit with my plans. Actually, today
I didn't say
I
no.
thought he said if
Didn't
Wendy's
fit
on, I'm
with
not
my
coming back.
plans.
Well, yeah, I am the OG's pre-Wendy shows. So
Yeah, he's like, if Wendy's on, I'm not coming because she didn't belong to the first couple of streams.
no, I met her in
do
real
it.
life. Oh my god.
Have you ever been on a
true.
live with Wendy Baker
No.
and Wendy? Is this your first time meeting each other?
No, we met in real life.
In real life at Dollywood last year. Not this
yeah.
year.
The first
Oh,
Hollywood.
Yeah, the first Dollywood.
And I even promised him before I met him, I promised I wasn't going to hug him because, some of us don't need to be hugged all the time.
I hugged him.
Baker, do you have like a hug thing? You don't want to be touched by people?
I thought Scandinavians were all like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. The Danish show a lot of skin and they like to get touchy-feely, so.
Oh.
Yeah, but we like to know you before we do it.
That's not what I heard.
Well, we are probably one of the more liberal countries
Oh, yeah?
in the world. Well, ask Jamie, because Jamie, she went over here to visit me in March, and we went down. We were looking for a place to eat, and we walked around in Copenhagen, and we came by an adult-themed store for people who might like to feel the natural byproducts of cows on their skin. And she was quite surprised that that was out in the open, in the middle of Copenhagen. She was like,
did you guys go to the red light district?
No, we don't have a red light district anymore. We used to have it back when I lived in Copenhagen. You could go to, there's a street called Eastergade where it was back when you still had the corn movie theaters where you can go and have a little talkie. But they closed down because everyone has iPads now.
And like everything, there's no more brick and mortar. It's just e-commerce, right? You just order your horse online.
Well, you can still get a street hall. Not in at that street. There's a church called the Mary's Church, and you can still meet a sweet African woman down there if you want a little fun and buy some coke.
Nice.
But
nice.
I don't.
Well, then I'm definitely moving there. Hello.
Wait, is that a new business venture for you? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, I got to find a way to make back my 50% that the government took from me.
That's true.
Hi,
You're
Dolly.
moving to
I'm very
Denmark.
welcome.
It's official.
How are you? Right. And you know what? You can just, do they have like, is that still a thing where people do that kind of work, on like, you can just go on, in the olden days when the internet first became a thing, you don't even have to go on the streets anymore. You just do it on the internet, right?
Yeah.
Or do people still want that experience of the street walking?
I don't think that was the enticing part of it.
Oh, it was just that was
like
the only way
driving
you
down
could
the
get it.
road and picking up the stray hooker was
I
the
thought
best
that might
part
be
of that
part the
experience.
allure. Yeah.
That's the only reason why
Networking is-
T-Rex became a truck driver.
All he has to do is park in the lots. He doesn't have to go and he doesn't have to find them. They find him.
No, but networking's the key skill there, right? That's the whole goal. However you got to network is how you got to network. Whether that's walking through the trucker parking lot or 7th and Auburn or whatever that means.
By the way, guys, I am streaming currently on both the MLS channel and the Lego Law Life and Libations channel. And if you didn't know, I do have a Lego Law Life and Libations channel. And we are going to shut down the stream on the MLS because we're trying to promote the Lego channel for the Lego streams. So in a little bit, I'm going to shut that down. There is a link at the top of the chat, and then you'll also be redirected right over to the Lego Law Life and Libations. So hopefully you can click over now, or you can be redirected and you won't miss anything. But tell your friends that there is another channel. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Trying to get some more subscribers over there so that we only have 3 streams currently scheduled, and those 3 streams will be the last ones to start on MLS and move over. And hopefully we just go with the Lego going forward. Lego My Libations. Oh.
So David Red Pen says that to let you know that the South Park video you posted,
yeah,
was the secret smile du jour while she's entertaining her granddaughter. That's
nice.
so cute.
It was a fun video to put together.
It was a fun video.
And
also,
what was it?
He just posted it.
I don't know. I saw in Danish news today that apparently I don't know what happened with it. That's what I'm trying to say.
So,
Is it something
okay.
political.
Well, okay, so South Park released its season premiere last week, and it went. It was a full-on attack against Trump and Paramount, which Paramount has all the streaming rights to South Park, and Matt and Trey said that they weren't ever going to talk about Trump again because they found him boring. So the question is like, well, why are they going against Paramount that they just signed a $1.5 billion deal with? And why are they going after Trump when they said that they weren't going to talk about him? They found him boring. And because they already have all of, or at least most of the season's episodes already in the can, already produced, because they were supposed to start streaming them a while ago. So why did they come out with this? And what I was pontificating is that they're playing 4D chess because they're pissed off at Paramount, and they're trying to get Paramount in trouble with Trump because Trump likes to sue everybody. And so I was going through a little bit of the history behind South Park, its streaming wars, and sort of the merger that Paramount was doing with another company, and how that was being held up by Trump, and Trump was suing Paramount and CBS and all of this stuff, just given sort of the behind the scenes of the lawsuit. And why this episode was absolutely perfect, brilliant troll 3D or 4D chess move, and was an absolute fuck you by Matt and Trey to Paramount. So that's what the video was about. And I had a lot of fun putting it together. And then YouTube screwed me on uploading it and getting it out there several times. And I had to keep making changes, and then I finally got it out.
Annoying. Lego my libations, Diane says. Hi, Diane. What's everyone drinking today?
The huge.
I have a quality American beer, Michelob Ultra, made by Germans.
I'm just having some electrolytes because it's 11 o'clock.
But this is the time to drink, man.
Yeah, that's when you're supposed to, that's some of us need that to go to sleep. Just saying.
You got me out here day drinking, man.
Well,
I should have worn my day drinking shirt. That's what I'm missing.
Well, it's a normal day drinking day for me anyway, so not bad.
I have things to do in the morning, so I don't drink that much anymore. My most drinking happens when I'm with Valhalla.
That's true. I can
That's a sad life.
Valhalla is a drinker.
I don't mind it.
This might be the first live stream that I've been on with Baker since Dollywood last year.
What? That's crazy.
No, I had you on to
explain. He doesn't invite me out anymore.
I had you on to explain something in the. I can't remember what case it was, but you were on and explaining
I don't remember
some
that.
legalese. Legalese.
Oh. Did I do a good job at it?
Have you been back?
Burn.
Oh,
well,
walked into that
some
one.
questions answer themselves, you know.
So Volpe Fox, you guys help me understand if I'm missing something because I don't think I understand her question. Wendy, how do you feel about cow byproduct? Make that 50% quick. I don't know what that means. Does anyone know what that is? That something?
Well, I mentioned the cow byproduct. I meant leather. So some people like to feel a little leather when they're sitting in the corner in the cage with their cat ball.
Wendy, how do you feel about leather up against your skin?
Oh, thank you. I was like, I'm so lost right now. I'm still stuck on having to pay the government. No, I'm just kidding. I love leather. I love the smell of it. I really love that smell.
Nothing about that statement surprises me, actually.
No, it doesn't. I've been just rewatching.
I'm not a vegan. Let's just put it that way.
Arrested Development, and I forgot how good that show was. There's an episode where Tobias he's trying to impress his daughter, so he goes to a leather store, a leather clothing store, well, which he thinks is, and ends up it's like assless chaps and stuff like that, and he's like, I want an outfit that says Dad likes leather. And so he ends up buying the leather daddy outfit.
I was like, that's a daddy.
That's terrible.
That show was such ahead of its time.
Yeah, it's amazing how Well, I never saw it because I don't think it was shown on Danish TV back then. But then I found it when it started streaming, and it's just so fun.
Yeah,
and
really
that's
good.
the kind of humor I like because it's not that. I don't.
It's
I
not
feel
dry,
sometimes-
but it's fun. It's just fun.
Yeah, it's very British, very British and Danish. Because I feel like sometimes American comedies they have to tell you why it's funny.
Yeah, right.
And
They force feed it.
It was one of the first shows to be streamed as a sitcom in the United States without a laugh track, and I absolutely loved it because I can't stand the laugh tracks.
Yeah, there's
I
nothing.
don't need to
worse
be
than
told
that.
when to laugh.
So Mafka says wearing someone else's skin is some kind of Dahmer stuff. You know, I don't disagree with you 100. Like if I actually thought about what I was doing.
Wait. Is there a difference if you tuck or don't tuck?
Wild
Or
Bill
wearing-
status.
Yeah, Wendy went right over her head.
I don't know. Yeah.
I guess it depends whose skin you're wearing.
Did you ever watch Silence of the Lambs?
No, because I'm afraid of scary movies, but I do know the skin reference, I think. Like, didn't he make lamps with people's skins?
He puts the lotion on the skin.
No, he wears it and pretends he's a woman and he tucks.
Oh, I didn't know any of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
There's a
good
whole
movie. You
tucking
should watch
scene.
it.
How do you guys watch
There's
that
a
kind of
full
movie?
frontal tucking scene.
Good.
You like that kind of stuff?
Well, I mean, I don't
like being
tuck.
scared. This is
I'm
why
too
I don't
big to
like
tuck.
roller coasters.
Yeah, my problem is the opposite. I would still have a little.
This is what we talk about when Baker's on.
Yes, we can wear a leather jacket.
This episode is not for kids.
No,
I think any of our episodes.
well, it's 11 o'clock my time. I need a little adult entertainment to keep me awake.
I think
So-
we're always adult entertainment.
Well, that's why I have that streetwalker coming over in 15 minutes, so I have to go fast.
Thank you, Volpe. Volpe says Ed Gein is the one that made the lamps and the chairs. Different dude, same stakes. So many serial.
Well, I know
killers.
someone else who really liked it to make it out of skins, and we can mention that on YouTube. But apparently, if you got one with a tattoo, it was extra expensive.
Ooh, that's true. That's true. Those books, the
I'm
bindings. on
totally.
books, which
I'm
were-
totally gonna have.
Oh
an idea.
yeah.
Yeah, Ed Gein was a weirdo. He
Yeah,
he
what'd you think of that, babe?
made a belt out of nipples. He did all kinds of horrific.
That's actually kind of a
How
cool
do you
idea.
make a belt out of
kinda
nipples?
like
I can
that.
see a necklace. How do you make a belt out of them?
There's
How many
photos out there.
I don't like. I don't want women getting hurt, but I do.
Wait,
like
are they
the idea
end
of
to
that.
end or side to side? That's my question.
Yeah, is it areola
Side to side.
on or areola off?
I feel like you have to include the areola because you need stitching space.
Well, yeah, it's like
Yeah.
areolas touching and connected
yeah.
on the sides.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would look kind of cool, actually.
Wendy, you should not say those words on the internet ever again.
Okay, gotcha, babe. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Got it.
Oh.
Yep, that
Again.
is the worst thing I've ever heard. This is
Whoever
abomination.
thought the Danes were
I'm
proved
done with you
was
people.
completely misinformed.
We were the first nation in the world to legalize corn.
Yeah, you guys are all about it, and you put it in like your regular family flips. So, yeah,
Well, that's weird.
What?
yeah, it's sexy.
That's-
Or just
well-
in like everything.
This took a terrible
Everything
turn, Eileen.
Danish.
Eileen said. Is it Eileen or Eileen? Because I want to say Eileen.
Eileen.
But it looks like
It's
Eileen.
Eileen.
Yeah, okay, thank
It's
you. Val.
Island.
I mean, I know I've seen Eileen several times, but yes, thank you so much.
All right, guys. In like 2 minutes, we're gonna shut down MLS. If you guys want to jump over to the Lego Law, Life and Libations, if not, you will be redirected. No problem.
As
We're just trying to.
as
promote it a little bit.
MLS's biggest fan, can I tell you I have a feeling about this shutdown?
What's
your
your
feelings?
feelings?
I feel emotional about it.
Hi, I'm
Why?
still streaming.
I know, but it's
Don't,
not
don't, don't feel emotional about it. I was here when he went on retirement. That's a
Me
year.
too. First time.
Yeah, and trust me, he hasn't streamed as much as he did after his retirement.
That's true. That's very true.
I do feel like I stream a lot. Somebody said in somebody's chat like I'd watch you more if you streamed more, and I said I've had 12 streams in the past 2 weeks. Like I've streamed more in the last like 3 weeks than I ever have.
But
I don't know where
back
you
in the
been.
olden days, it was like a regular thing, and we all knew, it was like a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
when you weren't working full time with your real job that you make money at.
Yeah, right. I got a wife. She's expensive. I gotta pay the
Right?
bills.
And a yacht and lake house. Yeah, I shouldn't say that on the internet.
I don't have any of that stuff.
Oh,
you
Cloak
listing
and
all those
Glamour says,
assets?
Ariolas, I'm in the right place. By the way, can I just say that when I tried talking about my feelings, I got shot down. I just want to say I'm with 3 men and they all shot me down about my feelings.
You were talking about nipple belts, not feelings.
No,
That's what
after
got
I
you
said
shut
I
down.
had feelings about David's channel being shut down. And you guys were like,
My channel's not being shut down.
Don't worry.
Yeah,
it's
We've
not.
seen him shut down
MLS
channels
is still
before.
going to be there. I'm just not streaming the Lego stuff on it because I have a Lego channel.
Thank you, Cloak. Can all the women here just help me out a little bit? Like, it just.
We're not shutting you down, Wendy. Your emotions are just irrelevant in this specific situation. That's all.
That is the definition. You know what? I love it though. I love it so much. I actually love that.
And anyone who have ever said women are a little too emotional over nothing and got yelled at because that's misogynist.
Well, apparently whoever said that was right because apparently I got emotional over nothing.
Yeah, because he's
I'm
just
happy
optimizing.
to
Wendy,
see
let's
that.
explore your emotions. Why are you emotional about this?
Oh, I'm not that much of a woman. I don't want to talk about. I don't want to get delve.
Oh, you
on
just
now.
okay. So you want to state it, and then all of us have sympathy, but we can't ask questions.
Oh, yeah, maybe yes, maybe that's what. Maybe
Okay, as long as we're on the same page. That's
Thank
what
you.
I'm-
Okay, yeah.
That seems like crazy talk, is what that seems like.
Babe, you got me. Yes, exactly.
Just acknowledge my statement and be sad about it, and that's it.
I
Just
think in
feel it.
general, straight men complain about straight women complain about straight men in this way. You don't
We don't
give
need
us
to fix it.
you're not empathizing. This is the general statement. The empathy's not there. The validation, I think women just want to be heard, but not things to be fixed.
See, here's the problem, though.
But you guys
is
want to
that-
fix everything.
Yeah, because that's hardwired into our DNA.
100% agree.
You ladies need to understand that. Don't come to us with your problems unless you expect us to try to fix them.
That's what my dad told me. It's like, don't come to me if you don't want me to do anything about it. Because, yeah,
That's what we do.
I get
I
it.
saw someone put up on the Twitch swipe today that I love that men don't get this. It was like a meme of it was the same hair. One of them was just a little messier than the other one, and I love that men don't get it. And I was like, it had something to do with no, it was the one with the beautiful hair or the made up hair was like you, and then the one with the messed up hair was the guy, the girl he's cheating on you with. And I just had to say, well, there's a lot of reasons why men cheat. It's not that happy because we don't notice it, and probably that's why people are out cheating because we don't give a F.
Yeah. We're not noticing your hair and deciding we're gonna go with the lady with better hair. That's not. I mean, okay, maybe there's a single guy out there in the world that's a thing for, but
yeah, but he's gonna leave you for Brad anyway in 3 months when you find out that.
I've never seen a prettier woman than the woman the guy cheated on. It's never some gorgeous like hot. It's the woman who gives him the most attention. That's what I feel like.
Ladies, just remember, all of your hair looks the same in a ponytail, and that's what's really important.
Oh.
Is it true men don't like ponytails? I've heard that before. I think
don't
they're
mind them.
cute. I think they're sexy. I like them.
wait, like side ponytails or like
Oh, that's a
like
good
the
question.
back
No,
ponytail?
let's just say more normal, like a traditional. Just a, like a.
I don't.
Hair short now.
It depends on what you're doing. If you're in the gym and or you're working, it's fine.
So don't show up on a date with a ponytail.
You can do that if again, we don't notice your hair. As long as you're kind of interesting to talk to, we'll be fine with that.
Wendy, I sent you a message
This is
in the private
liberating.
chat.
This is liberating.
Well, that's the biggest problem that the fashion industry has told you women that we want you to look in a certain way. We just want you to be less annoying and maybe a little more accepting that we say, can I go play FIFA for half an hour? We really don't care much.
Well, so Baker, I need to tell you this as a woman who's on the dating apps. One of the things that I've seen recently a lot of the men, when they're like, what are you looking for? The men talking about what they want. I keep seeing men who say a woman who shows up on a first date in a dress.
Dresses are nice. What's wrong with
Totally.
that?
But I think that's a weird thing to say out. Like,
Why?
I'm already going to X you because I don't want to hear what you want me to dress like. I want to hear what you want. Like, do you want?
Well, I want you to dress in a dress.
That's what he wants. We're pretty simple. We're pretty simple creatures, Wendy.
So
It's
there's
not a
no-
whole lot.
Okay.
I've never ever gone on a date. That's the first problem. Second
Baker,
of all,
it's rough out here being a pimp. I'm telling you. It's so
I know.
hard.
Why do you think I don't go on dates? Because I can't get the chloroform out fast enough. But
I'm disappointed that this starts off as a box,
Me too.
but I guess it is Fortnite.
Yeah, it's Fortnite. Also, Baker, a couple of people have said they're having problems hearing you, and I do notice a little bit of like it's just a different sound. I don't know if
I can't. It's because I'm on my baking studio, so I have a non-directional mic.
He's on socialist internet, people. Just let it be.
Yeah.
No, I can go and I think I have another mic somewhere, but I just don't have.
Oh no, I think you're fine. Well, it's just that most of the people here know you, so they've heard you on other streams, and
I'll try and do it more towards my face and try and sit here and talk into it.
All right, I'm gonna shut down MLS.
Okay.
And you guys should be redirected to Lego Libations. If not, click the link at the top of the chat.
Oh, that's outstanding. That is outstanding.
Thank you, Baker. That was the best. I needed that. Thank you. Goodbye.
Did
Emma.
somebody throw the link in that chat by chance?
They did.
I did.
Let me pull it back up.
No, it's pinned
I
at the
don't
top
have
of
it
the chat.
There you go.
Yeah, and
I
we're
don't
good.
have it up.
There we go. Now we're over in Lego Law. And at the top of that chat, you guys can go over and say hi to Valhalla in his chat if you want.
And likewise.
And subscribe since you're over here. If it's the first time you've ever been on the Lego channel, subscribe. Don't
And
be afraid
welcome
of it.
everybody. Welcome in.
But Wendy, it's not much different for men because you get that. I want you to be adventurous, but I want you to be safe, and I want you to be 6 feet tall, and I want you to weigh exactly 180 pounds, and I want you to give me constant attention while I'm alone. And you're sitting there saying, "What happened to back in the day where you said, hey, I kind of like your butt. Do you want me to clap it?"
Yeah,
And,
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want in my life.
Yeah, but we've been told that's misogynistic if you say that, and we can't talk to women anymore. And we, if we try, we have you seen all of those at the gym videos where, oh look, he's staring at me because you're putting up a
Because you're wearing a thong bikini in the gym. I don't know why he's
Right.
staring.
We have a girl at my gym, and she had the big packets enhancement, and she likes when you look at her.
She likes it until she catches you, and then it's going to be a huge
Well,
thing.
it depends
but she
on
really
depends
wants
on how you look. No, she's actually quite. I talked to her once because I talked. Her cousin works out down there as well, and I was talking to him, and she came over, and we have a guy who is really, really kind of strange, but he's a nice guy, but he's one of those you just don't know. And
He's like Salvador Strange.
Yeah. Like if Sal was at a gym, you know how he would just be standing over by by the leg machine. And
I can picture that.
Yeah.
Standing by the leg machine, not working out, just standing there,
leaning against it by the treadmills.
But then he was just, he couldn't keep her, and she has some massive cans, but he couldn't keep her his eyes off of her, and she was like, yeah, well, I like to come down here in a pair of hot pants and a sports bra. I know how I look. There's a reason why when she just gave birth and she put on a few pounds, she wore a hoodie, and now when she's back in shape, she doesn't cover up again because, as she said, I paid for them. I'm going to show them.
By the way,
All right. Well,
thank
whatever
you.
validation you need to get, I
Right.
suppose.
Despite the look on my face, you're still talking, says there's a difference between looking and ogling. And
Exactly.
I love that. And by the way, what I think has happened too, let's not just blame it on the women. I think the men nowadays have lost the art. They've lost the art of flirtation and of admiring a woman without being gross and also letting her
Well,
know.
to be
you're
fair,
admiring.
they've been told for the last 20 years, don't insult me, don't talk to me, don't do,
Yeah, don't come up, talk to me. I'll talk to you if
Who's
I
saying
wanna
that
talk
though?
to
Because
you.
I don't know anyone who says that. And
No, but
I'm a
that's because-
super liberal, crazy feminist out there marching on the street, and I ain't never heard no woman say, "Oh, don't look at me." We're always like,
you
"Oh,
need to
are
get
you
out
looking at me?"
You need to go to a bar and see when some guy walks up and say, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?" And she just looks at him and say, "What do you think?" And she's the
rude.
And she's the same girl who's going to be standing there at the end of the night saying, "Why doesn't anyone talk to me?"
I have never tried to or even offered to buy a woman a drink because I think that's, first of all, that's
David
cheap.
bought me a drink.
Yeah, you're different though.
Yeah, you weren't trying to hit on me. You were just like being sweet.
Yeah, I'm not buying I'm not buying the strange woman at the bar a drink. No, you buy your own ass a drink. That's just not me.
So
I don't feel like being taken advantage of.
Oh, I don't like anyone being taken advantage of, and I don't like it for having it done to me, and I don't do it to other people. My new thing, this is what I've been doing lately. If you have the cojones to ask me on a date, I don't care if you look like Sasquatch. I don't care. Actually, I kind of have a crush on Sasquatch, but I don't care who you are. If you ask me on a date, if you have the cojones to ask me on a date, I'm going to say yes.
I think that was my
that's
wife's
badass.
theory
I
too,
think
because
it's really hard to ask people out nowadays, especially probably sounds like what straight guys are saying about straight girl. I think that shows a lot of character, and I'm going to go out. We're going to go in public.
Hey.
Don't get me wrong. We're going in public, and there'll be my dad and my cousin and my uncle, my brother, all going to be there too. But I'll go on a date with you.
you gotta bring your family on a first date and you're 62.
Yep.
Well, you need to know what you're getting because
That's right, because you marry the family, not the person, not just that person.
You know, to be fair, it does like cut
ladies,
out some
I
extra
don't
steps
have
later
parents,
on.
So when we go half, you'll save that money.
If I showed up to a first date and some girl brought her entire family,
He'd be like,
I
"Is
wouldn't
this
kind of see why
H's?"
Wendy is still single.
not even.
It could be.
I'm not even
Nobody
sitting
knows
down.
they're there. Nobody knows they're there.
I'm walking
That's
right past
weird.
the table, pretending I don't know who you are.
When my sisters are laughing behind menus.
Oh.
Why is this girl that looks
Although,
just like you texting you over here and giggling?
Okay,
I don't understand.
So I had sort of a first date experience years ago where
I'm not 62.
it was one of those online dating things. I can't remember what stupid app was, but
It was the one with
we
the
agreed to
VXH
like
tape.
go out, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I got a wedding to go to. You want to come with me?" And she was like, "That's odd, but sure." What she was thinking, like a big wedding, and it wasn't a big wedding. It was like 10 of us, and then we went to a restaurant afterwards. So she thought that was really weird, but I thought it was a good icebreaker. And it was just like work people. It wasn't family.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If it's just John and Jim from the office, that's different than. Yeah, this is my sister. I thought you could get to know her on her big day. You would probably feel.
She was concerned at first when she showed up, and there was only like 10 people there at the wedding, and then I was like, none of them are family, so we're good. She felt a little better about that, but I don't know. I thought a wedding was a good first date. She ended up being like insane, so that didn't go far. But yeah, it was good.
Well, Zach says if I go on a date with him, I could supersize my meal. So that's a yes. A yes, please. Do I look like a girl who doesn't like a supersized fry?
That's why Little D said yes to go out with me. I said you can get the big combo meal at Taco Bell.
But look, Valhalla, this is why Baker has game, because he's willing to upsize the meals.
I have literally, every time I've seen Baker, I have literally gone directly to Wendy's and bought him a Baconator. Both times.
You're the
Well,
best.
The second I
Yeah,
see it,
and,
Why are
and
you
you know what
punishing him?
happened both times. So
Yeah, why are you
don't tell me
punishing
what
him?
doesn't work.
Quit asking for a baconator then.
Well, if I can get a baconator and I just need to get a little salt jolt before, I'm fine with it.
Now, see, if Valhalla had just said to me the first time I met him, Baconator, it would have been love at first sight. So,
See?
yeah, it wins. It's also my name is Wendy. So, how can I not like a Baconator?
See?
Right. And that is my actual name. So, my name is Wendy. And yes, they named the restaurant after me.
So,
And-
Baker, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead
I
with
was
your
just saying that
Baconator story.
the Baconators are great in America. You can get them at, is it Carl's Jr.? You told me that the Monster Burger is kind of the same. They are horrible, greasy, ugh. But the Baconators are great. Maybe it's the 28 hours traveling I've been doing before eating them, but I really like them.
So, Baker, what would the 10-year-old self say to you now, or think about you now, doing this whole like streaming on YouTube, talking to strangers on the internet sort of thing? What would 10-year-old Baker be thinking?
You would be thinking, what's the internet?
Don't forget,
Yeah, that's fair,
Baker and I are the same age. So, yeah, figure that out.
27.
I thought we
No,
established a
I'll
few
be-
moments ago it was 62.
I am very, very, very introvert. So how I can do this, I don't know. Maybe it's because there's a camera between us. It's easier for me to do.
Probably.
But
Yeah.
I am very introvert. I don't like talking to people. I don't like being around people. But when I do the YouTube thing, apparently I do have some skills doing it. So
People
I don't
seem to
know.
like it.
yeah, maybe it's the weird accent they think is adoring or something. But no, I'm very introverted. I don't like people, and I don't like spending time with people. I like being myself. So
Valhalla is a lot like that too.
Very much
but
so.
no, but that's probably the thing that would surprise 10-year-old me the most, because 10-year-old me was just don't want to go to school and just.
Oh, you
just
were like
wanted
that when
to-
you were a kid too?
I'm actually. I don't regret things, because if we regret what we did, we wouldn't have been where we are today. So that the whole I wish that's stupid, because don't you want to have the life that you have today? But I wish I had put a little more time into school, because I'm not stupid, and I could have gotten better grades and stuff like that. But if I didn't settle and become a baker because I was too dumb to go to teachers college, I wouldn't have deployed with the military, and I wouldn't have met my ex-wife, and I wouldn't have had my kids. So the whole story kind of dies with well, maybe it was a good thing I was a lazy bum in school, because I'm happy with my life and I'm happy with my family and all of that. So no regrets.
Yeah, all of it, even the bad decisions, make us who we are today.
Yeah, I feel that all these people who say, well, I wish I hadn't gone and done this or that. Yeah, maybe you would have a little more money, or you might have had, but aren't you pretty happy where you are today? And I think I'm in a good place. I'm hanging out with cool people and talking to people who live 8,000 miles away, and I like that. And
Wouldn't have
That
happened
wouldn't have
if you didn't, if you had actually paid attention in school. So there you go, kids.
stay
That's
out of
right.
school.
There's the lesson. Good
There's
thing
the
we have no
lessons right
children
there.
watching us today.
Forget school, drop out, go to YouTube. That's the real.
And then
that's
you
the
can
real
build
path to
Legos
life,
in the
man.
middle of the day.
Yeah.
Daydream.
And Lego streams are notoriously not high viewed streams. So, and Diane G said something about introvert because I don't like being around people. No, I am. I really. That was one of my biggest problems being a politician. That I just don't. I'm not good at connecting with people and in the real world.
Kind of hard
Well, I
to
think that's
politic.
part of just being Danish too.
No, I think no. I actually get really easily annoyed with dumb people. I think that's my biggest problem.
We get along fine. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but
Right?
you're
I was just
adorably
gonna say
dumb.
that, but I was like, I thought
No, but
you and I
that's-
got along very well.
There's a difference if you're a funny person, and yeah, you might not have a bachelor's degrees in fine art or whatever, or you're just a stupid person who thinks you know everything, and you meet a lot of stupid people when you're in politics, and they think they know everything, and apparently it's not a positive thing at a meeting to tell someone, could you please shut up, because every time you talk I get dumber. That's frowned upon.
They frowned upon that in the political community.
Yeah, so well,
hey, you know what though? It got Trump elected.
That's true.
Yeah, and that's why everyone in Denmark, well, 96% believed that Kamala Harris would get elected. I said, no, it's going to be Trump again. They're like, oh, you're so crazy. I said, no, people like chaos.
Yeah,
and
so I voted for him.
That's why the ladies go for the bad boy, because they like that little excitement.
No, we don't all like that. No.
Well,
Shannon,
there's some guy with a motorcycle jacket somewhere in your life as well.
Yeah, there
I
is.
mean, I'm not gonna say I've never been on a motorcycle because I ain't no dummy.
You ever been to a prison, Wendy?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You know what? There's some one of those TV judges, like the guy Judge Judy. I don't know Mathis, Judge Mathis.
Judge Judy. It's just if you're a TV judge, you're Judge
like a
Judy,
TV
but
judge,
your name is Mathis.
Yeah.
Or
He goes one day. He goes, why are all the best looking women hanging out at prisons looking for a man? And I was like, because they fine, honey. They fine. That's why. And you know where they are.
Proven. Yeah. Point proven.
Right.
I was driving around with one of my lady friends one night, and we saw this absolute smoke show. Hey, Lisbeth. And she was standing with these two crackheads at an ATM, and I said, what the hell is a lady like her doing with those guys? That can't be real. She must be their sister or something, trying to give them some money for their addiction. And she just looked at me and said, drugs and danger. Well, could be the reason why. So
I say it's because the looks is the only thing they have. They're not that smart, and they don't have good personalities.
If they were smart, they wouldn't be in prison.
People that are not in prison don't want anything to do with them.
Right.
Hence my 30-point system.
30-point system.
But if I wanted a smart guy, I would have married the guy I went to college with, not the guy in the,
Well, we didn't say you were smart either, Wendy.
I know I is not smart. I is no mo. Crack makes women look hot for a few months. Then it's
crack bottles instead of beer goggles.
How I wonder
the problem
what
is the teeth.
I've experienced beer goggles. I wonder how it differs. Crack goggles. How it differs. Is it like beer goggles on steroids, or I kind of want to know now. Anyone who has experienced crack goggles, please let me know in the chat.
Yeah,
and
anyone suffering
from
you can remain anonymous.
Heather has a question.
Valhalla Awaits, how have you and Mrs. V doing? All of us who missed the baby goats are wondering when it takes. Listen, y'all. I would love to do
talking about the goats, by the way.
A goat walk, and we will do a goat walk, but it is entirely too damn hot out there right now.
Oh.
We've been doing as soon as like it starts cooling off around like 5 or 6, we've been letting them out a little bit and walking, but it's miserable, pouring sweat. It's not carrying a camera is not on the list of things I want to do at the moment, but we're getting there.
And when he's out there, he's got that big backpack on and everything. That must make you so sweaty.
We have a Legos Goonie ship coming out. That's awesome. I was looking forward to the Nintendo GameCube, or not the Nintendo Game Boy. Rather.
You know that's not a playable Game Boy, right?
Yeah, I know.
It is.
Okay. No.
Well, I mean, you can.
I've seen.
It's got little plastic cards that go in it.
Well,
or at least the cartridges aren't playable that it comes with.
Right.
I think I saw someone playing on. It could, of course, be a Fugazi, but I think I saw that like yesterday or the day before that. Lego.
The one that Dave shared I don't know if it was a commercial.
It was a commercial. It's a
Twitter.
Nintendo commercial for it, and it looks
But it
like
says-
he's playing it. But
Well, yeah, but it says in the closed caption that it's not playable.
oh yeah,
We can't read. Didn't you get the whole part about not going to school? Not all of us are case studies made just like these.
Bagel. Baker just defaults to skipping the words, and it's like I'm not reading that. It looks like it's playable. It's playable. Damn it.
False advertisement.
We have had several memberships and super chats and stuff, so I think it'd be a great time to read them. Would you guys like to do it, or are you busy? What do you want to do?
You're doing it, Wendy. You're a
Why?
chatter.
You got this. You got
All right.
this.
That's your whole
I'm
role
so
here.
new. I'm so shy and demure. I don't know what to do. Vice, baby, welcome in. I have been seeing you in chat this whole time. So good to see you. Member for 4 months. Thank you. What's popping, people? Hey. And Liz Bird, thank you for the $5 super chat. She just arrived. This is a while ago now, though. Catching up now. We'll be back in the future. And I did see you come back a little later. So thank you. We're always happy to see you. And Jim Cox gifted a channel membership. How kind. Thank you, Jim Cox. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing well.
Thanks,
Doesn't mean you haven't been here. Just means I didn't see you because, And Jennifer, I started this, but somebody in chat already answered this. But let's answer it for the rest of the chat in case they miss this.
They
Jennifer,
are from Denmark.
yeah.
They are
So
from
I think
Denmark.
somebody said Sweden, but I think they're Danish, right?
Legos are Danish.
You're welcome,
Legos are-
Lego.
Yeah.
Why the hell are I'm leaving soon.
I'm
This is
sorry.
the second time you mentioned
No, you
Sweden.
can't leave because it wasn't me who said it. See, I told you guys, you've got to be sensitive about these things.
You mentioned Sweden when I came on, and you just mentioned Sweden again. That's
They did.
If I remember correctly, you had the word Swede written down on your little whiteboard.
You did.
That's true.
Did.
Yeah, but it wasn't a positive mention of the Swedes.
Cloak and Glomar for $4.99. Thank you for the super chat. Bet your Lego snap into place better than Proctor's tailgate pieces. Ooh.
Facts. Facts.
And thank you again for the super chat. And Tammy Fayette, good to see you again. $2. Thank you, Val. Can we get a goat update? Love their Auntie Tammy. And we just got a great goat update. And thank you, Tammy. And like Valhalla said, when it's a little bit less humid and hot, homie will go out and show you all the little babies. Well, they're not babies anymore.
They're most
Do you
of
have
them
any,
are pretty big.
do you have any pregos?
At
now?
what age can you ride a goat? That's what I want to know.
I can't ride a goat at all. I'm too big for the goats.
Are you? Have you done any goat yoga? Have you considered it?
No, we're not doing goat yoga around here. That's a terrible idea.
I think
Terrible
it's a
idea.
brilliant idea.
Valhalla said they
I think if you get Valkyrie onto a goat for a little, or a goat onto her, rather,
you would have
for a little goat yoga.
so
You're-
many people would want to watch that.
So
for
many
all the
Indians would be
reasons.
watching your stream.
Your algorithm will look like you bought subs.
You're not lying. Because speaking of cat calls, that girl deserves a cat call. Just saying.
Oh, she gets them. She
ain't no uggo, that's for dang sure.
No, I did pretty good.
You and David both married up. I think you guys did very well.
Yeah, mine was more pity, I feel.
Oh, she pitied you?
Yeah. Like, I
Aw.
guess I'll go on a date with him.
Whatever.
And I might get a husband out of saying yes to dates.
Yep.
You might, or you might end up on a Jane Doe list. Who knows? We'll find out.
You might get Warren with a man who's tucking. You don't know.
Well, then I'll ask him to come on the Lego stream and see how interesting he is.
Don't you be using our Lego stream to increase your
Actually, I
adult
kind of
life?
like that idea. Before the first date, he's got to come on a Lego stream.
Yeah.
Well, that could be
interview
interesting, I
him.
guess.
And
That's right.
then if he passes the test, then he can go on a date with you.
That's right.
It's only interesting though if chat says yes or no.
Correct. Yeah.
Well, yeah, chat's got to vote. Yeah, we'd have
Yeah.
to do a poll.
Right.
Yeah,
I like
chat
that.
would have
And then
to
you
vote.
have to listen to chat.
Yeah.
Right. So whatever
I
chat
will.
decides.
I'm a rule follower.
It's like
I'm
a
totally
game
wild
show.
and crazy, but I'm a rule follower.
Like
if
the
those are
dating
rules-
game.
Yeah. Those
Right.
are the rules. Those are the rules.
I like this idea actually.
Yeah, that could be amazing.
Chat, what do you think? Y'all want to be part of the dating game here? Oh, sorry. Yes. The premise of this, hi, Shannon. The premise of this channel is putting Lego together and chatting. Also, we talked about it before we logged in, but I think we haven't introduced our Lego sets to our guests today, our chat.
No, we did, but I'll introduce again. I am building the Fortnite llama, which I just discovered. I'm very excited about.
Excelente. And my Valhalla.
I am building the Chinese money tree that Baker sent me a couple months ago.
You're right.
Weeks ago, I guess.
Yes, but people haven't seen it. Some people haven't. Baker, what you got, babe?
I'm building the wildflower bouquet.
Oh, how romantic.
That one's
fun.
I, like
I wanted to build Bumblebee, but my chat voted for this one.
Your chat voted for your Lego build?
Yeah, I gave them the Bumblebee, the Lego Man, the Wildflower Bouquet, and the Money Tree. But then Valhalla heard I always want to do the Money Tree, so he, of course, again, stole the idea.
David, do you know about the mass stabulation in the Walmart in Michigan?
Wait, what?
Volpe Fox says there's a mass stabulation at the Walmart in Michigan. Do you know? Is everyone okay?
No, I've been watching King of the Hill and working in the garage today and buying a Lego. So I don't know anything about this. Walmart stabbing.
And yes, Shannon, they don't mess around with the Lego and they build them fast and furious. And some of them are so complex. But also, for those of you who would like to get involved with this whole Lego thing, I have been tagging whatever Lego, like the actual Lego group, on our stream. So let people know about us. Share, please. Share with your friends. Share with Lego. Share with anyone you want.
I'm still half expecting a cease and desist from Lego at some point.
But I think that would increase that would increase how people would want to see more of it then.
They're not going to tell us to cease and desist.
Are you kidding? We spend $1,400 a week on Lego. They're not going to tell us to cease and desist.
Like, how much I spent on Lego the past 2 years? You want me to stop?
Yeah, that's what I said.
How many messages I've gotten from people that have like, oh, I just bought my first Lego for the first time in the last 20 years.
Right?
You want me to stop? Okay.
Yeah, I went to Legoland last week, so I should have a few outs on this.
Right?
Yeah, right.
A free pass.
How was Legoland? Is it worth going? Should I plan on going to Denmark Legoland?
If you're here and you should go see it. It's beautiful and it's hella expensive, but if you don't,
it's a theme park.
But if you bring your own food and don't want to buy all the expensive stuff, they have they call it Miniature Land, where they have there's a video on my site where they have a lot of the like Danish cities, but also like the space station and stuff like that. It's absolutely amazing walking around and just seeing that. We had Baby Baker with us, so my daughter and I was just mostly walking around doing nothing. And I was there for 5 hours and I didn't feel bored.
I saw a lot of your shorts and your videos you're putting up.
It's really beautiful if you have the opportunity and you are in Jutland, but it's like 2-3 hours away from Sweden, so it's a long ride. But
I can make a day out of it. I mean, I went to Norway last time. I go to Denmark the next.
Yeah, and then
are you done with it already?
Oops, sorry, I meant to make that bigger. Oh my god, it's really cool.
That's very cool.
I love that.
Is that supposed to bring you good luck?
I think so.
I
think that's what the Chinese money tree is about, right?
I thought it was like good luck, but I don't know.
I built the white wavy cat. That's supposed to bring you success. So,
the wavy cat thing that all the
the golden one is to bring you money, but the white is success, I think.
Matt says if Valhalla has a money tree, I'll never give him a super chat again. Yeah, Jennifer.
Well,
I think that's having the opposite effect.
Right. Screw this money tree.
So for those of you who don't know, our friend in chat, Mass, is also from the Dane lands and areas. And he says, rent a cabin near Legoland and do the other stuff while you're there. Heck yeah, that'd be fun.
I don't know what other stuff there is to do in Denmark except look at Danish people.
Well, you can look at naked women in the main thoroughfare, apparently, like in Copenhagen or something. I don't know.
Swedish women are just better looking. I don't know.
I think they're gorgeous. I think all women are beautiful. We're all beautiful in our own way.
No, but they have really built a lot out there the last couple of years because Lego be booming right now. So there's
they were on the brink of bankruptcy just not that long ago.
My brother was working for them back in the early 2000s, and he got fired because it went downhill for them because they went heavy into, I think they were the movie rights they bought, and most of it flopped. And
they did they tried to do some weird things like like their own version of like Transformer Legos and stuff. And then when they got with the Star Wars Legos with the prequels coming out, that's when they actually started to make money again for like the first time in years. They were on the brink of bankruptcy. I think Star Wars Lego is what saved them.
They sold all the Legoland parks around the world, except the Danish one. I think they owned all the time, but all the ones you have in California and stuff like that is owned by some consortium. So, no, my brother he used to work there and then got fired because it went downhill, and then he got rehired when they kind of picked up again. So
instructions.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
For him.
So much for saving screen time.
What's that?
The comment.
Oh,
not that one. Somebody said something about the great thing about Lego is that it gets kids off the screen time. Except that I'm using a screen for the instruction manual.
Yeah, that's what I have going on too. The books are so hard to look at. They're so shiny,
really are.
and it's hard to see.
Baker's
And
kicking old school.
So I have the next generation. Look at that.
That's fancy.
Yeah.
And then I go to the next page, but then I can, I'm gonna go there. And you can
This
spin
set
out
doesn't
around.
have the 3D models. This set's just like a virtual paper. Like I can't move it like that on this set.
What's the next thing that you have someone come build it for you because it's too hard?
I mean, that's why I have a housekeeper.
Who would buy a completed Lego set? That was the thing that was kind of the most odd thing I saw today when I was out shopping. That the store has completed Lego sets. Like I could buy the Pirates of the Caribbean pirate ship, the Lego set, but it was already completed.
Grift ever.
But it was already completed.
That's the best grift ever. If you're a Lego fan, you buy the set, build it, sell it pre-built, and then charge a service fee. That's the greatest idea of all time.
It is a good idea, but I think David's asking who would want to receive that.
If you like Lego, who would want to have it already built? Is my question.
Maybe somebody, perhaps Wendy, sees the cherry blossom tree, the bonsai cherry blossom tree, and she's like, "That looks awesome," but I don't feel like putting together 5,000 individual little pieces.
Okay, thank you for explaining that. Yeah, that's a good point. That's true. Or,
but you're not then buying a Lego. You're just going to buy a fake cherry blossom tree.
no, you're buying the Lego. No, because Lego's a thing now. People want to own Lego. It's clout. It's like also like you look cool when you own Lego. Sorry, just saying.
No, I had someone come in on my channel and tell me that if I wanted him to come back and watch my show, I had to remove the toys because he couldn't take a grown-up serious who had toys in the background.
Have you seen my background?
Wow. Have you seen Valhalla and David's?
And this is only like a fraction of the Lego that I have in my background.
Yeah. But I was just like, well, see you later. It's
wow.
The toys I have in the background is Lego I built either on stream or with you guys, and the toys like my G.I. Joe figure is because someone said I look like Duke, so I had to have a Lego.
Too bad he didn't come in when your Lego or when your G.I. Joe was hanging on your microphone.
Oh, the G.I. Joe. I forgot about that.
I have a Flava Flav Funko Pop in my background. This thing is
That's
awesome. I wouldn't get rid of this for nobody.
Heck
I have
no,
a-
it's so cool.
This is my prized possession. Does anyone know what this is?
No.
Yeah, it's from that game where you have to knock each other off a ledge or something.
No.
Like
This
Angry
is a
Bird?
Coochie Kopi from Bob's Burgers.
Oh no.
Oh, I never saw that show.
Yeah, you gotta
Don't care
love
for it.
Bob's Burgers to know what this is. This is a
Okay.
Coochie Kopi, and it does glow in the dark. And if you watch Bob Burgers, you know what that means.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool. I like what Liz said. So Valhalla, to piggyback on what you were saying, she says her son-in-law loves to build Lego, but he has a disease. His hands aren't well.
There you
So
go.
like he would love to own some, a completed Star Wars collection. Good point. I like that.
Okay, make me the asshole. That's fine.
Yeah.
Wait, are we making?
No, he did it all on his own.
I just wanted to, I wasn't sure if I missed something.
I have a Pickle Rick toy.
Oh my God, that's really cute.
I want to get Levi
That's
Jones.
cute.
Yes, I want to get a second one, and I want to put it in the oven, and I want to melt them down and reshape them, so that I can have both.
Funny.
I
We are
can't.
all
I don't
cute.
have the heart to do it to this one.
Yes, Tammy, we are. Also, when you lose your love of kid things, doesn't that kind of make you?
I haven't built a Lego set for probably since the 80s before I came on again because we didn't really I wasn't hanging out with anyone who did stuff like that. And then I went on again, and it's really therapeutic to me doing this.
Yeah, Valhalla's, Baker's done his own Lego streams now. People are asking what is in Valhalla's tank.
He's all the way in the back corner. There's a turtle in there, which is why it's only half full.
Hey, listen, Turtle.
For one of my birthdays, I think I was like turning 38 or 39 or something. I said I wanted to have my birthday party at the roller rink, and I only wanted Legos.
How
as gifts.
cute. That's
Yeah.
cute.
So that's me. I'm a professional.
You really are. Well, technically, you and Valhalla are professional Lego builders.
No, I'm an attorney. I'm a professional, but I had my birthday party at the roller rink and wanted
Okay,
Legos.
Yeah, but isn't the thing that's really annoying about being an adult you must do this? I think this is one of the things that really pisses me off is when people say, well, you're this age, you should do that. What if I don't want to do it? What if I don't want to sit and
Yeah,
drink
what if I don't
red
want to pay
wine?
my taxes?
Well, I still
Apparently, you
have
go to jail or something. Well, prison. I don't know.
No, it's more the thing where you say, well, I really I like in the morning when I get up, I normally I'll sit and watch if one of you is streaming late or find something to watch, and then I'll sit and play some Victoria 3 or something stupid on the computer, and people are like, why are you doing that? That's ridiculous. Well, it really stresses me off. It relieves my stress that I can sit and do stuff like that. Why shouldn't I do it? Nah, you're grown up. You're almost 30 years old. Yeah, but I really like it. Oh, you're staying up late and building Lego. Shouldn't you be sleeping? It's Sunday tomorrow. Shouldn't you be? Why should I? I'm hanging out with cool people and we're having fun and we're talking. Yeah, but you're grown up. Yeah, but so what? I think there's too many people these days still who think that, we can't have fun because we're old. Why can't we do that? Why can't we just enjoy life?
Because they're miserable. They don't know how to have fun, so therefore they don't want you to have fun, Baker.
Yeah, it's probably.
You know, I would agree, obviously, with Baker, but I would also add, it's my damn money. Like, if I want to spend my money on some Legos, I'm gonna spend my money on some Legos. It's almost selfish for little kids to be asking for all these expensive ass bricks in the.
They don't have jobs. They ain't got no money.
Exactly.
Just buying your kids things and send them to David and Valhalla and Baker.
Exactly.
Get on board.
Spoiled
Get
bastard.
on board. And speaking of buying things for the guys, we've got some more super chats that came in. Valhalla, do you want to get these? I will be right back. Can you read those, babe?
Yeah, give me two. There we go. Where are you at in this thing? I'll take.
Sorry, with Diane G for the orange one, the orange yellow, whatever the heck that is. Sorry, not orange.
I don't even
yellow.
see it.
It's scroll down to the bottom and then scroll up a little bit. if you go to the start.
Oh, there we go. Are
Sorry.
we going down or up?
Start it. Oh, that's a good question.
Well,
Start with T-Rex at the
Probably
bottom.
going down with this
And go
content.
up. Well, if that's the case, we'll just start here and go down. Diane G says, I'll take the drink. My friends are super generous here in Massachusetts. Don't make it weird. Return the favor.
Ooh.
Agreed.
Massachusetts, huh?
Just buy the drink. Buy the drink. Be a good pal. Glad to see Valhalla Awaits wearing Ralphie's shirt. Have a drink on me, Goat Daddy. I appreciate it, Diane G. And yeah, Roseman. I got 2 of these. I took 2 of them. I don't know if I was supposed to take 2 of them, but I sure did.
Took 2 of what?
These shirts. Roseman Ranch.
Oh, nice.
She came to we're going the wrong way, aren't we?
I don't know. I haven't been looking at any of the chat.
I'm looking forward to
Why don't you just delete them when you read them? Then you don't have to do.
Because Wendy hasn't
this
been.
isn't my system. Exactly. This is Wendy's system.
Well,
Wendy has a system and then she left without proper instruction.
That's exactly what happened.
Maybe.
My bad. My bad. Sorry, guys.
I was just about to talk about how about firing her and get someone who has your system.
Whoa.
You know what? I get threatened to be fired like once a month here.
Oh, no. It's kind of like me and Jamie then.
Oh, I just
It is a lot like you and Jamie around here.
Is Jamie been
Fayette
on? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
gifted not 1 but 2 memberships. Thank you so much, Tammy. You're amazing. I know that you dipped out, but thank you so much. And then T-Rex says, hey, Valhalla, can we see your python? And no, I don't mean anything weird. I thought I remember you having an actual snake. I do have a python. I do have a ball python.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I'll believe
Giggity.
it.
How often do you play with him?
Not very. Not very.
Oh, poor guy.
No, they prefer it that way. They'd rather just.
Are
I
they
feel like they're
loners?
like fish. They're like, just feed me and leave me alone, right?
Yeah. They're more like a decoration kind of pet than an actual like cuddle pet. Baker's being
I
fresh.
feel like that's right. Oh, what is this?
It's true.
I'm excited for this llama. Look, he's got an ass now with a little tail. Look at the llama.
I'm not
tail.
grouchy.
That's really cute.
Shut up.
He's not grouchy. He's antisocial. Different.
No, it's Danny and Sue. They are always, oh, he's so mad today. I'm not mad. I'm happy. I'm glad. I'm so happy.
It's just how he sounds. It's how all Danish people sound.
I think he sounds quite perky.
Yeah, I've been talking about dating and kids and no regrets, but apparently that's grouchy talk.
Well, and one of the great things about Lego streams is that we get a lot of cool information about our guests, even the ones you think you know. I mean, you do know them, but we get even deeper and juicier. And sometimes
We
get
got to
the
start asking Baker some of these questions because
Well,
it is supposed to be an interview stream.
It is supposed to be an interview, but it's so hard because we know him. So you're right. We need to let me get on my interview question. And please, people, I do apologize for that.
Oh.
Baker.
Valhalla, I blame you because you were supposed to keep Wendy in charge for this stream.
What did I do?
In line.
I didn't do it.
Valhalla.
You didn't do the right
He's
thing.
like, I got goats to wrangle. Now I got this chick. Come on now.
Goats
Baker,
are
earlier you said you don't have any regrets. I think I heard you say that.
No
Do you
regrets.
have anything similar to regret that you learned from that you would like to share with us?
Don't pee on an electrical fence. Only spit with the wind. And
Again, I told you it was hot. That's your own fault, man. I told
Yeah,
you
but-
that it was live.
you know me, I'm not that smart, so I said, no, that can't be true. No, all the mistakes you make, you hopefully learn from it, so you don't do it again. Well, I did have 2 kids with the same woman, but I'm glad for the kids. not
We've
the
all
woman.
done that. Mhm.
So no, life's a lesson, and I think it's just important that we all keep that in mind and say, okay, that was kind of stupid. I've done a lot of stupid stuff in my life. I had massive. I didn't have a massive drinking problem. I had some drinking problems when I was a kid and had to. That's actually the reason why I deployed, because I couldn't hang out with my boys without getting into trouble. I didn't get into trouble with the law, but I got into health trouble because I was drinking so much. I was one of those. I didn't drink every day, but when I drank, I just drank way too much. It was like a case of beer and a bottle of the fun stuff. So
In one day?
yeah. Well,
in one sitting.
No, well, if you're going out and you're starting at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and you can get through a case of beer pretty quick.
She doesn't mind.
There's only 30 in them. No,
I can't get through a beer quickly.
I was
When
like,
we
David
were-
could do maybe 1.5.
Right before we deployed, for my first deployment, me and 2 of my buddies, we were drinking real hard, right? Like the last week that we were stateside, I think we were each going through about 2 cases a night. We're getting 6 cases between the 3 of us. And granted, we were giving some away and some
That
were
shit
getting
gets
poured
expensive,
all over
though,
the
too.
place. We didn't care. We were about to go to Iraq. There was a
They may not come home. I don't think that was what they
Right.
were thinking
No.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my
you did-
bank account was definitely negative before I deployed, without qualms or regards. It just what it was.
Well,
Yeah,
how old were you when you enlisted?
When I enlisted, I was 17.
What?
I went to basic training 18 days after my 18th birthday, and
You
then I
were a
deployed
child.
at 19. I think I turned 20
Just a
in country.
baby.
For those of you who don't know, Valhalla is a combat veteran, and so
Yeah.
Baker, how old were you?
I was started in the Navy when I was 20, and I deployed when I was 23. So I was
A little
an
bit
old
older.
man.
Yeah, you were an old man.
Yeah, but
is that normal in your country? That age to
Well,
be doing the military thing?
we do the draft at 18, and then you if you are in an apprenticeship or you are in some kind of enlisted in some kind of education, you'll get a deferment until you're done with that if you are drafted. And I volunteered, but I had you come in. We call it today it's called the armed service days. Back when I did it, it was just like draft day. And you come in, you do like an IQ test, you do like a physical, and you do eye exams, and then you'll have an interview later, and then you'll draft a number, and if it's between X and Y, you will be drafted, and if it's between blah and blah, you might be drafted. And I just went in because if you enlist or say I'll do it, you get to choose where you want to serve, and I wanted to be in the Navy band because hey, I'm a lazy fucker. So that's. Did I miss one? I must have. Yeah.
Wait, is Danny T saying she's in the Navy, or is she talking about Baker being in the Navy?
What?
Is
She's
Danny
in the
saying
Navy. Ba, 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 ba.
Oh.
In the Navy.
I'm on
So-
vacation, y'all.
So
My brain
Denmark
felt
takes half of your money and then forces you into the military.
We just last year started drafting women because we equal rights and equal lefts. So last year they started doing female has to show up for the draft day. They got a little pissy about that.
Well, look,
You
equality is
want
I'm
all
not
the
important.
rights
pro-draft,
without the
but if
responsibilities.
I'm not pro-draft, but if your country has a draft, I think everyone that meets they should all have to do it, men and
We're gonna go ahead and start the Japanese maple trio. We're gonna
women.
we're gonna do it.
Yeah. So
Those colors are
so-
beautiful.
I don't like it when it's built. I saw it in Legoland. I don't think it's one of the greatest one they have built, but maybe Valhalla can make it look good. No, but no, I went in and I just volunteered. Said, yeah, I don't care what I'm going to draft or what I'm going to pull. I'm just signing up, and that just made it so I could get into the Navy band, and then they effed me over and wanted me to be a dragoon. And ain't no way I'm getting on any horses, so I had to fight a little bit to get back into the Navy. And then
Wait,
they
do your
wanted-
dragoons?
Wait,
Hang
why
on,
don't you
hang on,
like
hang on.
horses?
Do your dragoons actually still ride horses?
the first squadron still they're like the fancy. The first squadron is, the rest of them is just the motorized infantry. Yeah.
You had it right. Infantry.
Infantry, yeah. the people who get to ride almost all the way up to getting shot. So, well, you have armored infantry. They are the one who
They still use sabers too, Valhalla.
Yeah, if you get drafted to the if you're in the first squadron or first platoon in the dragoons, you will be taught to fight with a saber. But it's
our cavalry
it's
still has a in their dress uniforms. Our cavalry will still have a saber. They also
taught to use them.
They might be. Well, I mean, you get it's like a bayonet, same concept, I guess.
Just a long one.
They also have spurs for their dress uniform and a cowboy hat.
How cool!
Like their dress.
Oh, I
uniform
love that. I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Well, I'm going to join the U.S.
It's got a cowboy hat with like
Don't
gold.
tell David because now he wants to lerp with the lerp. Is that
Baker's first took one look at him and said, "Nay,
furry?"
Nay.
Zach
Did you
says
say
Baker's horse
nay?
took one look at him and said, "Nay."
Did you get to spend time in a submarine at all? That's what I want to know.
No, they wanted to take me to sub school because they really want to have people who have my education or chefs. They want to send us out in we call it the sailing units because people like to be fed well if they have to sit and watch the ice on Greenland for 6 months. But luckily because I had ear problems when I was a kid, so I couldn't do the pressure testing. And I was glad I wasn't put in a sub because my fat ass couldn't get down there.
I hear they're pretty big these days.
Not the diesel. We had the 50. Do you remember that? What was the movie with Kelsey Grammer?
Yeah, Down Periscope.
Yeah, Down Periscope. That's the kind of subs we had.
Nice. You had the old World War II cast off.
Are you like a movie savant or something, David? I've never even heard of that movie. Valhalla.
Down Periscope, it's amazing.
I've
The
heard of it, I've
electrician
never watched it.
tries to wire everything, and he uses his body as a circuit at certain points because they're trying to patch through to the radio, and it's not working. So he electrocutes himself just to make the radio work.
Is that like don't touch the electric fence?
So Kelsey Grammer apparently has a drinking problem, or his character does.
Oh, yeah.
Has a drinking problem and likes to get
in real life.
tattoos on various body parts. And so they demote him down
feel
to
attacked.
handling an old sub, and his job is supposed to be running these old subs through blockades, trying to test the new modern subs, and their detection systems and stuff. And he keeps winning, so they keep getting pissed. But it's a funny show, or funny movie rather.
Baker, what's your favorite movie? Do you have a favorite movie?
Well, do anyone have one favorite movie? I have a lot of different types of movies that I really like, and it depends on. You have of course, Shawshank Redemption is if it's on, I'll watch it. That's an automatic stop.
Missing your head.
Back to the Future 1 is an automatic stop.
Is it stop? You said?
Yeah, the automatic. You'll stop on that channel and watch it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
And of course, Indiana Jones 3.
Oh, 3, huh?
Yeah.
Last
I think that's the
Crusade
one.
is a good one.
I think that's the best one.
All right.
I would agree.
Especially
Although,
because if you think about it, Indiana Jones 1, nothing would have changed if he didn't do all. They would have
I
found
heard that theory a couple weeks ago. If you think about it, Indiana Jones is absolutely immaterial to the outcome of the movie. If Indiana Jones sat his ass at home, the Nazis still would have found the Ark. They still would have gone to the island. They still would have opened it, and they still would have killed themselves.
Yeah, you wasted 90 minutes on a film. It would just have happened faster.
That's pretty funny, actually.
And you can't watch the movie now when we put that in your head. And
I know. It ruined that movie for me now.
Yeah, that's. But he has nothing. He has no impact on the history in that movie. It's a total waste. And Indiana Jones 2 is just bad. I really don't like it.
I like Temple of Doom. I think it's
Temple
good.
of Doom was my favorite one.
That's the number 2.
Max Murra had his first action role.
Max Murra. That's terrible. Horrible.
Liz Bird says you're all talking my theme 80s. What about Ghostbusters? Who are you going to call?
Ghostbusters 1 is good. None of the reboots are good, but the
The
first
most
of the last
recent,
reboots are okay.
The new reboots are good. The lady one was horrible.
No, do you like the one with the ice? I think it's such a bad.
Oh
I
no,
couldn't watch it.
not the most. I mean, it's not the worst movie. It's still better than the chick one. And I think it's kind of better. No, it's not better than 2. So it'd be 1, 2,
the newest
4,
one.
Yeah, reboot
5,
1,
3.
Reboot 1, reboot 2, and then the lady one.
I got a picture of myself in front of the Ghostbusters police or firehouse too when I was in New York a couple years ago. It was very cool. Very exciting to find it.
Mass, I don't know the answer to that, so I'm going to ask the guys. Question: is Back to the Future 2 and 3 really one long movie? Sold as 2?
Yeah.
Oh.
So the original one was made, and it wasn't intended to be a sequel, but the director put "to be continued" at the end of it to try to coax the studio into making a second one because he had an idea. And then so they made the second one, and they knew they were making the third one, and I think they filmed a lot of it as much as they could, all kind of at the same time. It was one big long shoot, and then they produced them, or they released them separately. That's my understanding.
But I like that they cut it up because I like 90-minute movies. I think one of the worst things that happened in the 2000s was we got away from the popcorn flick.
Yeah,
we're
away from it now too. It's slowly coming back. But the popcorn flick or the independent movies, everything was a franchise for like 15 years or 10 years, anyways. And it's kind of boring. I like the one-off films.
And you have to have 2 streaming services to figure out what this movie is really about. And I feel it's annoying, and sometimes you just want to watch Predator because Predator is just 90 minutes of nothing.
Popcorn flicks have their like time and place, right? But like saying that getting away from that with like Braveheart or Shawshank Redemption or some of these like amazing movies is I don't like it. You're talking bad about some good stuff here. Lord of the Rings.
But that's the thing. You need a Braveheart now and again, and you need a Shawshank, and you need one of my favorite movies is actually one nobody really knows. It's a Blood In, Blood Out. Amazing.
Hello.
I love that movie.
Hello?
Who doesn't know that movie?
Hello.
Well, I had them show it on my Discord from movie night, and Iris knew it, and I think she was the only one.
Well, that checks out.
I actually remember Baker talking about that in a stream, that movie, like a couple years ago. People were like, I remember seeing some people were like, what's that? And Baker's like, how do you Americans not know what that movie is? What are you talking about?
I think it's more, again, and I'm just watching from the other side of the world. It's probably to the Hispanic movie, the gangster movie of LA, what the Boys in the Hood is to black people.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
I haven't watched it. I'm too white for it, apparently.
No, it's about Nico Velka, and he's a white skin, so you can watch it.
Okay.
Like half white.
Half white.
He's like me. He's a breed.
He's a breed. A mutt.
Hey,
that's what we call it.
What's the is it Omar something? The
Epps? Is that his last name?
No. The actor in Blood In, Blood Out, the old man.
I know. I was trying to read.
Whoa.
Trejo. Danny Trejo. Is that the one?
No, not Danny Trejo.
Okay.
Edward James Olmos.
Edward James almost. No.
No, he just looks like him.
That's
what I just said.
Is that a real name?
Yeah, Edward James.
Well, she got it close.
He's the boss from Miami Vice.
I've never watched an episode of Miami Vice all the way through. I've watched seconds of it, and it's been stupid.
Can we take Dave?
Oh, the Terminator. By the way, King Bob's Queen was in the Air Force. Did y'all know that? Pretty cool. I have my Air Force mom shirt on. Woo woo! And speaking of that, hello to Percy and Alexa if they're still in chat. They are my new Ohio friends that I met. Visited my daughter. And Percy.
Wendy's been to Ohio so many times and has yet to visit me.
I know. It's true. Oh, excuse me. I was taking care of my grandsons, who, by the way, know Ghostbusters song. They go. I always tell them, "Who are you going to call?" And they go, "Go, Buster." So cute. And I'm not
Baker. There's a question we've been asking lately of our guests, and I love this question. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
X-ray vision, so I can look at boobies.
I do like that question.
What'd you say?
X-ray vision, so I could look at boobies.
X-ray vision, so you can look at boobies.
So are
That's
you
what I
a
heard.
boob kind then, Baker?
Yeah, I was born in the 70s, so of course I'm a boob guy.
Yes. Love me a boob man. Heck yeah.
I don't mind a behind, but it's not that important. I like some nice polos.
Look at this llama head. This thing's amazing. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm talking about polos.
That's pretty good.
Pretty cute. I like the colors. That's really pretty. Zach said, "Does my grandson have a speech impediment?" No, Zach, he's 2. He's just a baby. And he's a genius. Thank you very much.
How dare you, Zach?
Right? Come on, Zach. All 3 of my Zach, you know what? You're going to have to double that supersize me thing now. You want to get him?
Zach is just not a nice person. That's all.
He's very sweet. I just love Zach. He's a sweetheart.
Do
you really?
No.
Well, what were we talking about earlier with women making bad choices?
Yes. Let's talk about that some more to the lady who's had 3 ex-husbands. Keep going, Baker. Come on.
No, I'm just saying you think Zach is a good guy.
I'm teasing.
It kind of adds up with the bad choices.
Thanks.
Man in prison, Zach,
But Zach likes to fish, and I like to fish, so.
So, Baker, what do you got coming up on your channel? What trials are you covering? What's going on?
Nothing. Everything is dead right now, and everyone was kind of relying on the Coburger thing. And I was looking at the Madeline Soto case, but both of those cases ended in guilty pleas. So,
What's
he
the
took an
Madeline?
Allen plea.
What's going on with that OnlyFans chick?
Well,
Courtney Clenny?
That's been moved till.
It's time for a trial on that one.
Next year,
April
I think,
or something?
I think it's next, maybe late this year and early next year is the latest. But there's a lot of things going on with that. With the parents apparently had access to her, to her boyfriend's.
But that's all. Those charges were all
Laptop.
dismissed.
Yeah, but since then I just love that there is a video of her knife throwing expert chucking a knife at a pig carcass. I think that's
Chucking a knife at what? Her
a pig
TikTokers?
carcass to show you how it could have happened the way she described it.
I see. Well, I mean, I suppose it's possible, but if you have to throw the knife, is it really self-defense?
Well,
I mean,
she just chucked it at him
why
to
not?
defend herself. So
She definitely stabbed that dude. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
Liz
that's
Bird loved
definitely
your
did.
coverage of the police reports today, by the way, Baker.
yeah, that's I really like those police reports. It made it really easy to follow, but I don't get that whole conspiracy. And now I'm going to get in trouble again. I
What
don't
conspiracy?
get that. Yeah, that Koberger didn't do it because, and I know this because I had Yo-Yo on and talked about it a couple of months ago because there was that gag order, so we didn't really know what they had of evidence, and there were some things where you could say, this seems a little sus. But now he's admitted he did it, and people say no. He was sedated when he gave his plea.
No, that's the
that's-
thing. For you to stand there
can't
in
be
open
sedated.
court and state, "I did it," you did it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different.
It's
if
a pretty
you're like,
good chance you did it, yeah.
yeah,
You
I
either
mean,
did it or you want people to think you did. Either way, you said you did it, so it doesn't matter if you did
it's
it or
not like you were
Yeah.
coerced in an interrogation after being in solitary confinement for
Well,
6
we don't
months,
actually know
losing,
that. We don't know.
losing 80% of your body weight, and then in sort of a Stephen
Stephen Avery kind of way.
Yeah, said like, oh,
his eyebrows wore him out, and he had it too much. It was too much for him.
Wore him out.
Wore him out.
But no, that's what I had planned on covering the next. That Madeline Soto was a horrible case out of. I think it was.
Yeah, that one's terrible.
What is that case?
Baker, I thought you didn't like the kid ones. You don't like doing those, do you?
No, but it's different when they are like around teenagers.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
so
that case was really bad because he had 60 charges of bad stuff with kids. And apparently he had, I didn't look at the pictures, they are somewhere in my Discord. He had a melatonin or something problem with his skin. On
like
his,
what's the case about? I don't know any of it.
Well,
Madeline Soto is. Go ahead.
Well, she went missing, and they were like, "What happened?" And the mom was really weird, and she lived with her stepdad, and then it came out that she used to sleep with her stepdad, sleep in the same bed as her stepdad, and people were like, "What?" And 6 days later, they find her in a ditch, strangulated. And then they kind of think, hey, maybe stepdaddy did it. And looks on his devices and finds hours of bad stuff with kids. And he had this little skin pigment problem. So they could tell that the pictures with her in them was most likely him.
Ew.
So, and then if you go and watch the mom's interviews, she's super weird. She's super sus.
Think the mom was in on it, or at least knew it was going on?
Yeah, she would send Madeline to his bedroom.
Yeah,
so that she could get sleep.
Yeah, so she could, because she was working, and he liked to cuddle with her. So that and she would never allow anything to happen to her because she was a victim herself. Yeah, but
those are usually the ones who end up letting their kids be victims again, by the way, statistically speaking, not judging, just saying statistically speaking.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Which I always find is a weird statistic.
Well, it makes sense. It's not weird to me. It makes sense.
Doesn't make sense at all to me.
It's
like, ooh, I suffered a horrible car accident. Kids, let me teach you how to drive recklessly.
Well, I don't think it's more about repeating your trauma. It's not that logical or well thought out. It's more about repeating childhood trauma that, we all do it. It's just most of us haven't been harmed in that way, or some of us haven't.
Well, it's the same with alcoholic kids.
Yes.
They grow up and say, I will never, ever live like this.
100% true. Mm-hmm.
They will end up abusing.
Well, it usually goes one of two ways, right? Either they are super anti-alcohol or
they're teetotalers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my dad, for instance, I didn't experience it because he didn't allow us to, but apparently he grew up had a lot of alcoholism in his his family of origin. And we literally grew up, I never saw alcohol or cigarette. I didn't see anything until I was like a teenager. Physically never saw it because he didn't even allow it in the house. No alcohol.
And that's why you have 3 ex-husbands.
That's exactly what. How did you know?
What? I'm missing
Wendy needed to get a little more drunk.
He did.
Is the Dane struggling with the Lego?
No, it's because I doubled up. That's just like when I'm having smacks. Always double wrap. What?
Baker, what would your family of origin say is your greatest strength?
My family of origin, you're talking about my
squat.
Like your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, the people you grew up with. What would they say about you now is your greatest strength? Not like your family you created, the one you came from.
I don't know.
It's definitely either his squat or his leg press. One of the two.
Yeah, probably my leg press is my greatest strength. It's getting down there, but it's still over 800 pounds. No, probably my tenacity. That even though I have my physical problems because of my back and stuff like that, I'll fight like shit for you. And I think most of them would agree that I'm pretty good at keeping calm under pressure and stuff like that. Again, I like being a fighter, and I'll go to the end of the earth for you. And we've had a lot of bad times coming in my family with my mom getting the big C and
F the C.
yeah, and then we got the vid, and right after that, doing that, my dad starting having health problems, and then after that, my daughter, well, a couple of years after that, but then my daughter had her baby, and I'm the one. I'm the one she calls when she needs someone to say it'll be all right. Yeah,
Okay, this is what I wanted to show. So this thing is cool. I don't play a lot of Fortnite, but look at you open this up. And all the stuff comes out.
That's so cool. I love when they do stuff. Yay.
This thing is awesome. Oh,
That's really cool.
there's my
I
little
love
gun.
that. Love, love, love.
I got a ton of pieces left over. Look, I got a little trophy mini me.
That's cute. It was blurry. Do try that again. I want to see, please, David, that little piece. It
He's just a little. He's just a
it's
little
really
statue.
cute.
Yeah,
it's cute.
I can
You
stand
guys
him right
should,
there.
speaking of cute Lego, y'all should see what David sent Valhalla and I a video of the other day.
Oh, I have them. I can go get them real quick. 'Cause I haven't sent them out yet.
Oh, you
want me to
haven't?
go get them?
Yes, please. I think chat would want to see it.
All right, I'll
What
be
do you
right
think,
back.
Kat? Yeah.
I'll leave you with this guy.
All right, cool. Thanks. Good place to hide your stash, right? Right. Baker,
Yeah.
do you have any cool like historical figures in your family or people that are noteworthy or anything?
No, I'm a peasant son. My family
Peasants are historical?
No, we were peasants and lived in the same area for maybe the last. I think the first ancestor, when you go back to the family tree, he's a Polish guy who came up in like 15 something, I think. So other than that, my family has just lived in the same area. I had a ancestor who was back when the small cities elected someone. It was before we became a democracy, and in 1846. But we had one who was in kind of like representing the farmers in that part of the government that they had at that time, and he was signing in when the king gave the democratic power to the people. So he's a co-signer of that document. But
That's super cool. That's completely historical.
yeah, but that's one of those where that's random, especially because I was actually kind of close to getting elected to the national government.
Well, I was thinking that you might be genetic for you, right?
Yeah, but sadly I got backstabbed by someone. So what would have been a sure run ended up with a nothing. So that's a little sad, but that's probably one of the regrets, if I have any, is I didn't fight her harder, and I just because then I could have been, I would have had to give up my integrity, and I'm really, really not good at giving up my integrity. And so I don't regret it, because even though it could have been cool to be in the national parliament, I would have had to sell my soul for it, and I don't like doing that. That's probably one of my worst sides is I get really, really stubborn, and I'm not good at play along to get along. I'm one of those who will always shake the boat. So that's why I don't work in politics. Rock the boat, baby.
Rock the boat.
But it's good for your integrity and your stomach feeling when you wake up in the morning that you don't sell out. But
I do like when I'm brushing my teeth. I kind of like that girl looking back at me. I'm like, you're okay. You're all right. But if I had to look at that girl looking back at me and be embarrassed or ashamed, or I wouldn't like that.
No, and I had a long period when we were in all that. Oh,
look how cute. Baker, did you see the Valhalla and Wendy Lego?
Yeah.
Look how cute. They're so cute. I love those. I got a little verklempt when I saw those.
The Valhalla's got a little blue wrench.
That blue wrench is everything.
And of course, he's in a bar. The goat daddy. Did you see what's on your shirt,
Oh,
Wendy?
Yes, actually, I didn't see it. My friends that I'm in San Diego with right now saw it. She goes, "Is that you on the shirt?" I go, "Oh my god, that's why I love David's shirt. I love MLS shirt. It's so cute."
There we go.
So for those of you who don't know, because there's probably a few people here that don't know us historically, maybe, I am a super fan of both David and Valhalla and Baker actually too. But David, I was a super fan of David a couple of years ago when he first started streaming. And so like we have a joke that I'm a stalker. It's not kind of a joke. It's kind of a little bit, it's one of those jokes that has some truth in it.
Yeah, I feel like there's a little truth to that one.
There is.
You just complained she haven't visited you yet when she's in Idaho. So she's not that stalkerish.
No, she's not. She's proven herself not to be.
Yeah. You wish she was a little more stalkerish.
I don't know. I think I know where to go with David. He kind of likes it right where it is. If it was too much more, it might be. Plus, I want to be invited onto the sailboat. I don't want to be like, oh.
She wants to come sailing with me, and so that's why I said I was surprised that she had.
Baker, I'm so excited. I was gonna go last month, but my grandson had to have his tonsils removed. Not the 2-year-old, the 5-year-old. He had to have like a whole thing, like a whatever. He has sleep apnea, whatever. And so, yeah, I'm enough states away, Muff, because.
Normally, but then your son, right, is in Ohio, so you visit.
Correct.
Dayton, or just north of Dayton, which is
that
only
is very
a couple
true.
hours away.
I have 3 children, for those of you who don't know. My oldest daughter lives in Ohio. My oldest child is a boy, and he lives in Boise. So I'm usually either in Boise or every 6 weeks I'm somewhere. So I'm either in Idaho or Ohio, or since my kid's in her husband's in the Air Force, last year I was in Florida every week. So like, it just depends on where they live. And I super care so much about wanting to spend every second I can with the grandbabies. I love my kids, but the grandbabies are my life.
Somebody's in chat saying, "Hi, Mama Wendy. We are at the pool right now."
Oh, these are my friends I'm in San Diego with who are at the pool. Look at this. Oh, you can't see right now. The ocean is behind me, y'all.
And you're stuck doing Lego while they're hanging out at the pool.
I am.
That's how much Wendy likes
Does
this.
your friends think you're weird because you have this online friendships?
That's a good question. I don't have tons of real life friends because I keep my people close and few and close. So the people who are my real friends that know me and love me think it's
they
great.
already know you're weird.
They totally know I'm weird.
Like, yeah, that makes sense. Wendy hangs out online and plays Lego. Yeah, well, we get that.
That checks out.
No, but it's just that's one of the things I get met with almost not daily, but every time I talk to people and why are you doing that YouTube thing? Is it because I kind of like it, but that's so weird. Why are you hanging out there? And I had one guy who he kept complaining because we normally had a cup of coffee when we had done training and stuff like that, and he was like, I didn't see you last week. Are you doing the YouTube? That was back when I streamed a lot. Now I don't stream anymore. And he
how dare you have
Are you
a hobby?
retired? Are you retired like me?
No, I'm semi-retired now. But then he kept complaining that you're always sitting there and that's so weird. Why are you doing it? I said, well, this morning I was sitting and talking to Valhalla after we had been on the stream. So yeah, we talked a little bit about different stuff and so it kind of just dropped out. Yeah, it's so weird sitting there online all the time. And I said, well, kind of building a small following and people like what I'm doing apparently. So why shouldn't I do it? Well, aren't you too old to hang out on the internet? And
you are definitely too old to be hanging out on the internet. That's for sure.
Sue says my friends think it's weird I'm in chats. Girl, same. Yeah.
But that's the only thing that kind of persuaded him that probably was an okay thing to. I put all of these wrong. Do it was. What the hell? Oh, I'm such an idiot. I have to do all of this over.
So they do think it's funny that my friends live in California too, because they live near me. And they always think it's funny that Dave and Valhalla make fun of California. Because those of us that are like, especially those of us that are born and raised here, we're like, wait, why would anyone make fun of us? Like, it's so cool here.
Well, it's clear that you haven't lived anywhere else. Otherwise, you'd be making fun of California too.
Well, some people.
Well, I think it's because we make fun of all the other states, and so it's like it's a thing. I think it's cute. I think it's funny.
Baker, I have a question for you. You got 18,000 subs now.
Yeah.
Do you? Because last time you were on, you didn't have 18,000 subs.
No, I haven't.
Have you seen a difference in the chat dynamics or the chat community with having, I would say, probably double the subs you had last time you were on?
Well, I probably have more like
Triple.
five
maybe triple.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 times. I think the last time I was on was before. Yeah, that was before Dollywood, and when we were at Dollywood, I was hoping for 6,000 subs because I just passed 4. So,
Okay.
Daddy blew up, but my chat dynamic, yeah, you can tell it. I still have like my core people in there, and the ones who's been here from the beginning, and but then you do, because you get a little bit more traction, and if you do a one-off on something, there will be those people coming in and just starting attacking because you don't. I had Aiden on the other day, and you have had him on, and you can see his chat. They just want an Aiden show. They don't care that he's on as a guest. And I had him on, and again I had 10,000 views on that video, and I had a couple of hundred replies, and you only see the 3 replies who said, "Hey, why is that Baker guy talking all the time?" Well, because I'm actually interviewing Aiden, and I think Aiden liked it, and that's probably more important than you are. But you have those shows, but my normal numbers are not that high. I'm around 200 on a live stream, and Sue is loud enough that she will still take over when there's only 200 people watching.
There's still, yeah, there's a group of people that follow around either cases or guests
content creators
or content creators or whatever. And yeah, so I can see that. Where,
yeah, and you
particular case,
and the funny thing is because I was the last stop Aiden did on his hall tour, and I've talked to him before, and I've DM'd him with him very little, but we DM'd about some stuff in that idiot Clemens book and stuff like that. So I don't know him. I wouldn't call him a friend or anything. He's an internet acquaintance, but I like him. He's a funny guy. And because, as I said, he's an asshole, and I like a funny asshole.
Yeah.
And
he's definitely entertaining.
He's a workplace proximity associate. That's what I call him.
Yeah, but you're sitting there, and I thought we had a great show, but I knew that I was having a little bit of the yips before going into it, because so many of the shows he'd been on and the week leading into it had been kind of bad shows where a lot of people said he looked bored and he didn't want to be there and stuff like that. So you're kind of like, okay, how are you going? Because I'm just going to be an idiot like I am every time I'm online. That's kind of my brand, is just saying something stupid and see where I go with it. And I felt like it was a great show, and I felt like he talked a lot about not the Karen stuff, because you know how it is. You're sitting here every day talking about Karen Reed or Zachariah Anderson or whatever case you're covering, and you're bored to tears with it because they can go around, clean their house, they can go around shopping. You sit here for 8 hours a day. So we were just having, I felt like we had a great fun conversation. And then you have those 3 comments, and then out of 200 comments, it's the 3 you see where they're like, "Oh, you talk too much." And you just get, I don't know why it puts us down, but it does.
Wendy and Valhalla and I were talking about the same sort of stressors with interviewing Turtle Boy.
Yeah.
Because we heard that some of them didn't go that well, and we're like, all right, we need to do something different. And we feel like, well, it was a Lego stream, so it was by nature a little different. So, but we had the same sort of stress. And then I didn't think about the chat being larger than normal. It didn't even dawn on me until all of a sudden it was like, oh, we have a lot in the chat. I should probably put this on like slow mode or something. And then I forgot how to do that because I don't stream very regularly. So that never happened. No, actually, I think
that was
did
my
Half
stress.
Irish or somebody else, I think maybe put it on slow mode.
Yeah, somebody did help at some point. Yeah.
Because I forgot how to do
That
that.
was so stressful. And then and my only job, by the way, here, because I don't normally build on the stream, is to handle chat. And I'm like, it's going.
Well, it's a Lego stream, and normally I don't watch the chat on a Lego stream, so I'm normally not even thinking about it because that's Wendy's job. That's why she's here is to watch.
Exactly. It's why I got to pay the big bucks, baby. That's why I get to travel in San Diego.
That's right.
No, but and you're sitting there and you just find out that these people just want the same show they have had 20 times in the same way. With Aiden just do they know Aiden has his own channel and they can just go watch an Aiden show on Aiden's channel? And I think you know how it is. It's funny when you go. I'm going on Brit Happens tomorrow, and she was, because she had Aiden on also, and she was like, "Oh, do you want questions beforehand?" Or said, "Have you met me? I'm just gonna come on, and you're gonna ask me something, and the squirrels will take us where the squirrels will take us." Because
I don't think Aiden knew what to do with the Lego set we sent him. He was like, "Oh, I actually have to build this."
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm being honest, I don't know how he felt about it at first. He was like, "Oh, this is kind of weird," and then after he sunk into it a little bit, I think he got a little more relaxed. I think he was fine.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, but he also has to be a little bit on guard because there's so many, and we all do it. Drifters. We're reaching out to people who have some clout and have some numbers and stuff like that. So of course he knows. Well, one of the reasons they are having me on is because I'll probably give them some subs and they might raise some money for me. It's the quid pro quo of the economy of the internet. But I think I like it when we do stuff that's not normal. I like when I do the Baker at Night streams and we're just talking about, well, me and Valhalla can talk about him losing a fight to a kangaroo or
never happen. It would never happen.
Well, it's because you're not man enough to square up to a kangaroo.
I would kick a kangaroo's ass, Baker.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, Half Irish was worried about what the chat rules were, and I said it's Thunderdome rules. I don't, just whatever.
Yeah, just don't yell at my mods or fight in chat. That's, you can discuss, but you just don't fight.
Yeah. Well, on all his platforms, he seemed to really enjoy the Lego stream, and he was a great guest. He was very kind.
Yeah.
And the chat
Your interview went well. I watched.
It did go well. We were just for me personally, it was just managing chat was a little more challenging than normal. But I'm up for it. It was fun. I had a good time.
Wendy's a professional.
I do my best.
Well,
you're a one-man show that we don't have a Wendy, because Jamie apparently has abandoned you.
Pretty much.
Jamie is working apparently.
How dare she get at work and not pay attention to you in the chat?
That's what I sent her a link today. Did she show up? No. But she's gonna complain tomorrow. Did she show up for this stream? No.
She's not even in the chat.
No, she's too fancy for us now.
Yeah, it's Saturday. She's working. Okay.
No, it's Saturday. She's sleeping. It's after
More like
5
1,400 chats to wrangle that day. Yeah, by the way, so Half Irish, I know she's joking. She's like, what? Wendy had 4 chats to wrangle? Girl, like 1,400. 1,400
when it was spread out over Nick's streams, mine. I had 2 going in Valhalla. It was a lot of chats.
But the funny thing is, when we started and we were sitting here with the 10 people and we thought, oh my God, I have to follow along. And then we get to, I have 20 people watching, and that's okay. I remember when I had my big blow up was when I invited on for a panel show about the kangaroo case after the first trial, and I had I had on the first time. I had Mike, and I had Betero. Did I have Andrea on at that time as well? I think, and all of a sudden there was I think like 6,000 or 7,000 people in chat, and I was like,
crazy.
Whoopsie. Yeah, and
Whoopsie.
Whoopsie.
and because I'm heavy on
That's
the
what I said about my last kid. Whoopsie.
yeah. No, but we do the kind of the same thing. We like pulling up chats and interacting with chats, but you just can't do it when you have that many people in chat, and it's very distracting, especially when you have like a hard cutoff with 8 not. Well, we didn't discuss anything, but I said an hour, and because I knew he had his kids, and if you sit there and pull up chat all the time while he's sitting and
Oh yeah, he doesn't like that.
yeah, and
But I didn't know. Now I know. Next time I know.
yeah, and again, you're used to running chats that's smaller. You're used to having guests on that might not have anyone coming with them and sitting there and saying, I want this show on every channel because I'm not here for any of you or to hear any of your thoughts. I just want the April show again. But I think Aiden enjoys not being the sole attraction and just have fun. We should talked a lot, and I liked him.
I think we learned a lot more about him than what I've seen on other interviews he's been on.
Yeah, but a lot of them,
we did great.
That's the funny thing, because I talked to someone, they were like, oh, yeah, but I over-prepared because I was so afraid. I said, well, he's just a content creator like the rest of us. He just have a bigger following. And all of us are kind of the same. We like to shit talk, and we like to just talk about whatever passion we have, and you just have to get that passion out of them. Yeah, but there's so many people. Yeah, but if you are nervous, and I think a lot of them then said, I'm going to do the Walter Cronkite and do the. I don't know if any of you watched him on Aussie Insider, and that's they kind of over prepared, and that wasn't that. It didn't work that well. Let's just.
I like to do the. Oh, what's that? What's that guy that used to be on CNN? He always had the suspenders.
Did he have a bow tie?
Yeah. I can't remember his name.
I don't remember.
But he used to never prepare for an interview. He wanted to be like the person who didn't know anything about the celebrity or the person he was interviewing. Larry King. Yeah.
Larry.
So he used to never prepare. I mean, he had his style and he had his questions, but he used to never prepare for an interview, except what he happened to see randomly about the individual he was interviewing. And he got called out once by Jerry Springer for that. But otherwise, I think his interviews went well.
Yeah, but
Springer. Or not Jerry Springer, Jerry Seinfeld.
I mean, Jerry Seinfeld's a notorious, not nice guy to other celebrities, by the way. People don't like him.
But
I follow all the celebrity gossip stuff. He's not known to be a kind. People don't like working with him. I've heard he's not very nice to work with. But how do I know?
Don't you like it when it flows instead of all this? Hey, let's do the. So, David, you are an attorney, and you have been on YouTube, and you retired from YouTube, but you're still on YouTube. And it's funny because I, as well, have been on YouTube for a long time. And YouTube is a funny medium because you can reach across the aisle and you can reach across the ocean. And I was thinking, why that hat?
I was wondering where this was going.
Yeah, but that's actually how some of the questions came off. And yeah, then it'll be a bad interview because you will be sitting there and, oh shit, I have to listen to it. What are they, where? Why? Who? Oh, my hat. I don't know. It was the first one I found this morning. It's I think a lot of people put way too much effort into doing these shows and people
it's not.
I don't know how to interview like a news person, so I just talk to people.
Right? It's not that serious, people.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like if I were to try to do the Walter Cronkite thing, like it's not going to work. You know what I mean? Like I'm not that dude. I'm not going to be the one that's up here and
that would look
getting
weird. Yeah.
Everything, exactly proper. And like, I'm going to say stupid shit. That's what I'm going to do. Otherwise it's not going to be entertaining. It's going to be weird.
Right.
Yeah. If you wanted to watch Walter Cronkite, you would be watching television. You wouldn't be on YouTube. Why do people like to hang out with us hours after
Quit
hours?
trying to pigeonhole us. We're just normal people having a good time. Let us all have fun. Can't we all just get along?
But that's what I believe, that people choose YouTube because there's an interactiveness of it, that you hang with your friends. Again, I see a lot of names here that I know from my channel and from your channels, and it's the first time seeing my tattoos.
I haven't seen those in particular, like in the angle you have them. They're hot. I'm liking those. I agree, Holly Mac.
I had both of them when you met me.
I know, but I didn't. I mean, your arms are like being. You know what I mean? It's just
The ones on the back of his calves are the funny ones.
Those.
I got a close up to those when we were walking.
Dollywood. We were, yeah. Yeah.
That's the funny thing about being in America. There's a lot of people who would comment on them. Don't do that in Denmark. I got a lot of.
Yeah, I heard in Denmark you're only supposed to talk about the weather to strangers. Like that's it.
You don't talk to me. If I don't talk to you, you don't talk to me.
Right? That's what I heard. So you don't have like a ritual like when people like you go to France and everyone's like bonjour. You go to Mexico, ¿cómo estás? Like people don't walk around and say good morning, hello. That's
no, they ring a damn bell at you and scream at you to get off the sidewalk. That's what they do.
You can don't walk on the bike lane. It's because you Yanks are there's no cars here. No, there's bikes, and we have special lanes for the bikes, and there's a bike on that lane, so you know it's bike lane. But no,
but you can't read Denmark. How are you supposed to know?
There's a picture of a bike.
Bicycles look weird in Denmark.
Yeah, they're not the same. They're different there.
I thought it was a handicap.
I thought that we were going to lose Iris because that lady, she has no spatial awareness, and she has.
I can't wait. I want to host her at my house. I'm going to take her out in California. Let's see.
Oh, don't do that. She will destroy your house.
No, that's not a good idea.
Okay. She ended the B&B and then she broke a glass, and they hadn't even put their backs on, and she already knocked something over.
I can't believe Jamie climbed into the duvet cover thinking it was like a sleeping bag. Yeah.
Yes.
She didn't.
Yeah.
What do couples do? Do they have double sleeping bags, Jamie? It's a duvet cover. No,
she's from Michigan. They probably don't have those there.
I have one.
That's because your wife is a European.
I had one years before my wife. I know what a duvet cover is.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But she was.
But I do have separate sheets for her and myself on the same bed.
I've heard other people saying that.
It's very, at least Swedish. I don't know if they have it in Denmark.
Wait, what?
So,
you have separate sheets?
Separate
like
sheets and blankets and yeah, the top sheets, not the bottom.
So you do have one duvet cover you share.
No. You have your own.
You have your own separate blankets and sheets that go on top.
You've got like a king bed, but twin size.
Yes.
On it.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll have your own because.
Holland and I are like, what?
We had that. I that's how it is in Sweden, anyways.
I heard that from other people.
And so when we were there, I was like, you know what? We're going to do this at home because she keeps stealing the covers and all this stuff. You don't have to worry about it. You got your own damn covers and sheets and blankets. You don't have to worry about her stealing yours. She can do whatever she wants.
When we see it in movies or jokes about stealing the covers, we're like, why? You have your own. Well, you can have a double cover, but I sleep with a double cover, but I'm alone in it. It's just because I like to toss around and crawl all over my bed. But
so am I gonna have to share a bed with someone if I get a husband? Because I like my king size, everything mine situation.
No,
you don't have to.
Just chuck him in the other room.
We do have a decorative cover that goes over the entire bed, like when you put the pillows on and everything.
Like
but all of that comes off.
That's called a coverlet. You're welcome.
Yeah, all of that comes off with the extra pillows and stuff when you go to bed.
Yeah, that's
yeah. I've heard. So I have like one of my friends here, my guy friends here in my town. Well, I'm not here in my town, but in my town, he and his wife have always like had separate blankets. So they share obviously the fitted sheet, and then same like David, like they don't share the top stuff.
Yeah, it's all separate. It's nice.
That seems strange to me.
We have a sheet, blanket, whatever you want. It's
a lot of linens to wash. My housekeeper would
it's really convenient though.
There's not a lot of you have two covers and you have your 4 pillow casings. That's what you have to wash.
Yeah, it's not.
Yes.
We have washing machines in Europe. I don't know if you know about.
But you guys don't have a lot of dryers, isn't that true? Don't you?
Everyone
they
almost
take
have
forever. They take forever. I don't know why the dryers take forever. It takes like a day.
They
to
do
dry
their
a
awful.
load.
Because my experience in Europe is that people in general, I've not been to not Slavic. I have not been to the Baker's people's countries, but they're not big on the washers and dryers like that, and nothing's big there. So they're in your kitchen and they're small. Like
no, you'll have it in your mud room, and you'll have. Yeah. I have a combined one, and I never use the dryer because it makes the clothes smell weird. Because it's a combined washer dryer, but
so I've come to hanging the towels. I like air dried towels. Now.
Yeah, they smell better.
Yeah, and they feel better.
I agree. Plus, I hate I don't like. I'm allergic to fragrance, so I like when they dry on the lines.
Yeah.
Jude wants to know if Valhalla saw his membership for 20 months. Love you. Don't tell your wife. She scares me.
She's a scary individual.
I've met her in person. I wouldn't mess with her.
Catnap Williams says, I'm jealous of people that can sleep anywhere. I slept sitting up in a chair once.
Me too,
I can sleep anywhere. My wife cannot. She needs to have like the bed and the pillow. And although we sometimes may hammock where we're not supposed to. And just, like hang those and sleep on those. And those we usually sleep pretty good on. But
that was something that I learned in the Army. I can fall asleep anywhere.
Yeah,
I can go outside right now in 90 degrees.
Florida has a weird outdoor smell.
I hate to admit this out loud because David and Valhalla are going to even tease me more, but I have changed. This is my third room since I've been in this resort. We're in a resort, mind you, not like a hotel.
Of course it is.
Third room.
Wait, where was it?
And I've only been here for one night.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, remember when I went down to Tennessee for Dollywood last year?
Yeah.
I told you that I had 3 rooms, right?
Yes.
The first room, the air conditioner didn't work, and it was hot as balls. And then the second room didn't lock.
That was freaky.
It didn't have a lock on it. I'm like, I'm not sleeping in this one. And fingers
we
crossed.
Like in the country, by the way. We were in a city. We were in Knoxville.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a terribly expensive. It was like a Holiday Inn, though. You would expect the air and the lock to work.
Right.
It's the only time I've switched rooms, though, ever, and it happened to be like 2 rooms in a row in the same stay.
I have never in my life switched the room.
I believe that.
I would have if the air conditioner didn't work. Like if I'm paying for a hotel room, by God, the air conditioner is going to work. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, especially in Tennessee when it's 90 out.
Yeah.
Especially when you're paying $200 to $500 a night to stay somewhere. Let the air conditioner work, jerk. Come on.
Same with like the door lock. That checks out.
Oops, sorry, David.
I was pulling up Totally Pips. How do you cuddle up to each other, David? And what about tucking in the sheets, etc.? So, like I said, we have for like decorative purposes, we have a sheet or a cover that goes over everything, and you can tuck those in. And it's not exactly the sheets that we have overlap a little bit. Oh, okay. They're not exactly.
Oh, because they don't tuck in the middle. They only tuck in on the side.
Yeah, they don't tuck in the middle. So, and they overlap each other a little bit. So it works out.
So in other words,
and when you want to cuddle, the sheets don't matter anyways.
He's saying when it's over, they separate, go to separate corners, and go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Who wants to? I don't know what's wrong with women biology, and I am an enthusiastic amateur gynecologist, but I still don't understand it. Women are 2,000 degrees hot.
Yeah,
something is wrong with them.
Wait, I missed that. Women
are 2,000 degrees. Their body temperature. They're so hot.
Oh,
and they're always complaining. Can we get another duvet cover because it's so cold in here? I'm dying. And you want me? No, but it's so nice when we cuddle up. No, we're not going to.
No, because I sleep hot. I can't stand all that heat when I'm.
She's
sleeping.
Under all the covers, feels freezing. Is like sleeping next to an oven, and I've got like half a sheet on me.
Yeah, and then if you're like, oh, can you turn up the heat? We can get a divorce.
I think sleeping politics are real. I think sleeping politics are real. And I think it's super important for people to talk about these things. Like, it may not be the norm, but if you need a duplex to be happily married, get a damn duplex and stay married.
You know what? It's been the norm, though, or it was the norm for a long time. It was a norm up until like my grandparents had separate
50
beds,
up until
bedrooms.
the 70s. People
Yeah.
had separate, or they had separate twin beds in the same room.
Yeah, they had separate rooms even.
Ooh, here's a trivia for you. I
Ooh,
might have
tell
mentioned
us.
this before. Who was the first couple to be pictured in the same bed on television?
Adam's
Lucille
Family.
Ball.
Munsters. The Munsters.
No,
No,
Lucille Ball and I don't know what her.
Leslie
husband was.
Arnaz Jr.
no,
and
that's
Lucille
too
Ball.
that's too old. It'd have to be something like in the 70s.
I thought it was the
And I
Addams
want to
Family
say
and
it's like the Bob Newhart show or something like that.
Who is it? Vaughn, I'm
Flintstones.
dying.
Huh?
The Flintstones.
The Flintstones, really? But that's the 70s still, or was it in the 50s?
It was earlier. It was way earlier.
Was
That's
it?
50s or
cute.
60s.
Huh.
I want a bunk bed. Top seat, toppies. Top. What happened?
But that's a cartoon. When was the first like live
I
action?
think it's the Munsters or the Addams Family was the first one that the live people, real people, slept in the same. I could be totally wrong. I'm always
And the
wrong.
Flintstones also advertised in the middle of their show like cigarettes and stuff. They were
How do they advertise
they were
the message?
trailblazers.
They also did advertise DV, like bam, 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 bam. But I loved the Flintstones. And thank you so much, Krista, limited edition for the $7 super chat. Y'all are adorable. I have completed Bamboo and the Orchid. Can Baker please show me his? Much love, Wendy. Thank you so much.
I need to
Krista.
get the bamboo one, I think.
Baker, people are wanting to see your progress. Can you show us, please?
Oh, that's very cool.
It's the upside down, so I'll show the.
It's okay if you can't do. Oh, holy criminy! That's
very cool.
amazing.
I'll try and turn the camera later.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I love.
I'm
them.
down to the last two, so we're almost done.
Guys, I might want it. That's too hard for me. I don't think I could build that one.
I like my llama.
The llama's
My
cool.
llama is awesome.
Let's see your llama.
It's not a
again.
llama, by the way. It's an
It's a
alpaca.
camel, right?
No, it says llama. The
Oh yeah,
Fortnite
there's no
llama.
hump on it. My
Maybe
hump.
it is a llama.
My hump. My hump. My hump.
Yeah, it's a
A
llama.
llama doesn't have a hump. That's a camel.
This is a llama. What are you guys
Yeah,
talking
but-
about?
I thought camels had humps. Llamas have humps?
No, you
No.
said it's not a llama. It doesn't have a hump, so it's not a llama.
You're right.
Yeah,
I did say
llamas
that.
and
that's not what I
alpacas
meant to
don't
say.
have
Yeah.
humps.
Thanks, Baker. I did say that, and I didn't mean to say that. Volpe Fox asked a question earlier, by the way, which I loved, and I started it because I want to save it, and I'm hoping you guys can answer this. If you could make it so that one single crime, i.e., murder, theft, etc., could never again be committed, which would it be? Valhalla?
Murder.
Child assault.
Mine would be grape.
Mine would be.
Specifically.
So
against-
you'd rather people be murdered than
Yes.
grape,
Yes.
but
Well,
you can
some people
survive
need a
the
little
grape.
killing.
I think
I'm
it's
just
more
saying.
pervasive. I think the grape is statistically a lot more pervasive. Like it happens all the time. And murder's not that. Statistically, it's not that common. So that's what I would choose. I'm not anti the M word.
I had
need to
people asking me when I went to the States if I wasn't afraid, and I said, afraid of what? Well,
Valhalla, you
something-
muted.
What the hell did I turn? Did I turn this to brawl?
I think he meant to be.
Okay. All right,
How are
Rebecca,
you?
what would you pick?
I would anything with kids.
Yeah,
just-
no
I
kids.
just- I just
Valhalla,
can't,
what would yours
They're
be?
still alive.
CP, child
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
Yes,
that'd be my
yeah.
thing.
I just don't. I
Good
think rape is really bad. Again, when you sit with the victims and you have to.
Well, can we define it first? Because there's a lot of weird accusations out there about SA that's not
is-
actual grape.
Well, it's kind of like.
He brushed his hand against my booty. I mean, is that
well,
what we're talking about?
No.
Isn't it kind of like the definition of corn that one of your congressmen?
You know it when you see it.
Yeah.
Well,
I
when
would
the
s-
heart stops, you know the body's dead. So
Yeah, but
murder's
some
easier to
people-
define.
Some people need a
Define.
little unaliving.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like,
But think about it. If there was
Self-defense.
no murder, there'd be no war. Peace on Earth, people. Peace on Earth. You're giving all that up.
There's no
Yeah,
peace.
that's
You
true.
don't want to be
People are-
touched
no, that's not true.
inappropriately
People are
with
still
the
hurting
wizard
each.
stick.
No.
You can definitely have war without the murdering of people. I believe in Africa, what they used to do is they used to chop off all the breasts of women so that they couldn't feed their children. And in
I thought about that
a
today.
generation, they decimated the population. And
Yeah,
didn't commit
genocide.
murder.
Yeah.
That was
There's
that was a long
many
game.
there's
They were playing the
there
long
are
game.
way worse acts out there than murder, man. Way
Yeah.
worse acts out there.
I
Murder
agree.
can be a good solution to a bad problem sometimes.
No little
Or-
ones,
or the
animals, or
old
old
people.
people.
Or the old people.
Yeah,
Thanks,
they've
Dave.
lived long enough. They've lived a
Animals.
long, good life.
I'm fine with animals because I like my steak.
Your puppy is so cute. My dad made a good point the other. Oh, this is so funny. So we were driving home the other day. He just turned 80, and he said, "Sweetheart, I was thinking I ain't got nothing." He didn't say ain't. I have nothing to look forward to now. And I go, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "80 is such a cool number to get to. Like 80, it sounds cool. It's a cool number. It's a whole number. It's even number. All this." He goes, "What is there to look forward to now?" And I'm like, "I don't know, 100. I don't know what sounds good to you." And then so we start talking
Doing
about that.
anything with your life other than worrying about your age.
Right? Well, he this is also from a guy whose dad didn't live past 55. So I think for especially
So he's
men who-
already on borrowed time. Go
Well,
live your
that's
life, man.
That's so he said to me, "Well, my dad died when I was in 8th grade. So I've already outlived him by a whole lifetime." So, and I go, "So that means you could do whatever you want, actually. Maybe you should start looking at it like this. You've lived your whole life. If you have nothing else to look forward to, you could do a lot of bad things, and who cares?" Payback's the bit for everyone that pissed you off for 80 years. Because what are they going to do? Put you in prison? You're 80. They're not going to put you in prison. And David will get you a reduced sentence anyway. You're fine.
Krista, thank you for the 279 Canadian. That was an odd amount. No,
Thank you,
I appreciate it,
Krista.
but I just haven't seen 279. Can we see the box baker? Yeah, I'll do it full screen. There we go.
God,
That
that's
looks
really
cool.
attractive.
I saw that today too, and I passed it up. I wish I would have gotten
I
it.
saw it at the Lego store last month. It's really pretty.
That one's
It is,
fun. I like that one.
I like this. I like this flower icon series because
Yeah.
it's decorative and it's actually become a thing where people have them in their house now instead of having flowers. I was talking to my daughter about that. She likes them as well.
Well, yeah, that could be a decoration for her. That could be her Christmas gift. Don't buy
My
anyone
wife got
anything.
a box of Lego flowers for Christmas. It's part of like a white elephant thing, and she hasn't made them yet. They've been sitting there. It's like 7 months later, and they're still sitting there.
Steal them for a stream.
I might. Well, but I didn't want to, so I went out and got the llama. Want me some Harry Potter sets? I've got a few Harry Potter sets. Those are cool. I'm still trying to round out my Lego Star Wars collection. They're supposed to be coming out with the new Death Star, which is going to be like $800, and I'm not necessarily looking forward to buying it, but I am looking forward to building it.
You're gonna buy it.
It's a weird sort of position to be in, right?
It's a huge set.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, and it's supposed to be like you have the shelves on the inside, and there's a ton of stuff going on the inside. It's gonna be like several streams to build it, sort of set, and it's like 3 foot wide or something. It's supposed to be huge.
We don't all have lawyer money, David.
I still can't. It's hard to justify.
So you know how people
well,
say
I can't
F you-
justify it.
People say
There's
F
no
you
way.
money. We're gonna start changing it till you got Lego money.
There's no way to justify buying that set, but I want it so bad.
I mean,
you have to have it on a screen so you can deduct
you're a
it,
Lego streamer. You can justify it.
and then you have to make enough ad revenue or super chats that you can say, okay, I can make it back.
We could do a
that's the thing.
fun. Why don't we do a Lego fundraising stream, you guys?
We could. I mean, that's the only way it would be.
Chat,
justifiable.
listen, how cool is this? I haven't run it by the guys yet, but I'm just being totally impromptu here. How about we do a Lego stream with all the past guests and everyone comes in grifts?
Oh my God! Do you know how many? This is episode 35.
But I mean, we can't have that. No, wait.
I've been here 3 times.
It's not a stream where we interview or they build Lego. They only can come on each for like 5 minutes each or 10 minutes each. And they
Be
come
like-
in grifts and yeah.
It's still at least 20 guests. Krista, I don't pick the amount. It just gives me odd numbers. Sorry. No worries for the $6.99 Canadian, which is the Canadian dollar stronger than US dollar right now? Oh, I appreciate it.
I don't know.
Either way. I haven't seen, what was the last one? It was like 79 cents or something. It was it was $2.79.
Yeah.
That was a weird amount that I hadn't seen before.
It depends on where you're chatting from. Like if you're on your phone versus your laptop versus, or sometimes it's even different if you're on a different OS, right? So like,
Well, it's got to be probably something to do with like the fees, right? So if you
yes, John Yates explained it to me. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, it's true.
Hey, Mrs. Helm, how you doing?
Hi, Mrs. Helm. Good afternoon.
She's wondering why I'm not at the cabin. I'm building a llama with Baker in Valhalla.
Because
and
I
Wendy.
made a request. Jesus, it's 1:30. Jesus.
Ooh,
I have a massage tomorrow at noon.
We've been going 2.5 hours and you're still not done yet. You're supposed to be the resident expert here.
Well, I don't pick a set with 5 Duplos in it like Nick.
Yes, I am really in the treehouse.
A treehouse he built, no less. Baker, are you handy? Like,
it looks bad when I zoom
building
out.
things?
No, I can't do anything with my hands. I am.
Oh, too bad.
No wonder he's divorced.
Oh,
eh?
I was like, okay, well, I guess you aren't coming to America after all.
You can see the trees out the window, maybe.
That's why I have kids, because I can't use my hands.
You're certainly good at building Lego sets.
Is there a squirrel out there? I don't see it.
Yeah, well, I have an instruction set. I don't have those. I've never had that handy gene in me. I'm good at baking simple stuff. I'm not good at decorating and stuff like that. So I'm a
uncertified
paralegal. I used to play music, and that's the same. I can only play sheet music. I can't remember music, so
I need like 2 more.
I can't pick up.
I never learned how to play sheet music.
No, but I can only do it because everyone else is like, hey, why don't you just do this and that? And I'm like, I don't know. How do you do that? But I can play off the sheet. Well, I probably couldn't do it today, but I could play anything if I just had my sheet music or my sheet.
Can you sight read? Can you, or can you sight read music?
Sight read? What do you mean?
I mean, like, can you just read any music for any instrument?
Well, it depends on what key it's in, and
right. Oh, right.
And you don't really, if it's for a drum, you don't read the notes as much as you read the rhythm. But yeah, I used to play I started out playing like the cornet. That's like a small trumpet, and then I moved on to another one, and then ended up in the love of my life, my big tuba, and yeah, I don't have an artistic talent, but
that's totally artistic. What are you talking about?
No, because I can't create, but I'm really good at doing.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So, ladies, for those of you who don't know, an embouchure is the way your mouth is in a brass instrument, like a trombone, those types of. So it's like and so ladies, you want a man who has a good embouchure. You want a man who plays a brass instrument.
Yeah, you can go slow or fast or whatever you want. Just tell me what I want to play. David's mom is here. Don't say that, Wendy.
Mrs. Helms, she's used
to answer Fox's question. Nugget has made his way to a very nice Chinese man's kitchen, I believe. Nugget turned out to be a rooster as well as the other one. And so a very nice Chinese man. I posted it on Facebook and I said, free to a good home or pot.
Aww.
And
didn't say or pot.
Yeah, I did. And he immediately came out. But he did send me a video of the coop he's keeping him. He's got a bunch of chickens. So I don't know if they're already in the pot or if it's maybe going to be sometime in the future. But yeah, Nugget's gone. They were just too loud. They were broken. They didn't just, crow in the morning. They were like randomly all day long, continuously going. And so now Nugget
I thought you just got rid of the roosters. You still have the chickens, right?
Just
That's
the
what they
roosters.
do.
But
He's
Nugget
not
was a
broken.
rooster.
It's normal. That's what they do. They go all
No,
day.
his
every
clock
day.
was off.
They don't
his
have.
clock was
That's not how it works. They don't do
It's not a
that.
I didn't
cartoon.
know Nugget was.
Exactly.
Nugget,
Have you
Nugget
ever
was a
watched the
rooster.
goat stream? That stupid rooster. Every time you're standing at the gym and just, oh, I'm going to put Valhalla on to give him some view hours while I'm at the gym, and then that stupid rooster goes off, and people next to you are like, "What the hell?"
Cornet suppress
The
instrument.
hell's this guy watching?
Yeah, so the roosters are gone finally. It was bad. The hens are doing good, so there's 3 hens that are left.
Good.
One of the hens got picked up by something. I don't know, never came home. So one of the hens is gone. But we
She
have the other
probably ran
ones.
away. She ran away.
Oh, sure. Yeah, she ran away. She's living happily in the neighborhood.
She did not get eaten by a wild coyote.
She's in
She may have
the
been.
Vermont with Chloe.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, her and
Ladies,
Chloe are
Zach
hanging out.
Embouchure is amazing. He says. Someone's got to play the trumpet now. Baker, do you still have a tuba?
No,
play
I haven't
taps
played.
for us?
I haven't played in a long time.
She ran away to find the rooster. There you go.
I don't.
Probably
It's
a hawk.
big. I actually thought about you can get like a small, not a play thing, but it's a smaller version. I was looking at that during the vid to maybe start playing again, just to have something to do. But never got to. My daughter taught herself how to play the piano during the vid. Well, she did it before too, but
I'm gonna zoom in on Baker.
Yeah.
What are those pieces that you're putting together to make that
Or
feather
pan.
or that flower?
Yeah. Can we
like
see
little-
what the individual looks
Are
like?
those like little
Propeller
blades?
things. Yeah.
Propeller?
Yeah, it looks like.
looks-
Oh, that's cute.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure
I've
out
never
what those
seen this. Yeah.
pieces would be used for on other sets.
I don't think anything else.
it looks like an oar or something.
Maybe an oar or an airplane propeller.
Nah, it,
That's
does,
cool,
it
though.
doesn't auto. I think I pulled the auto off.
Yeah.
because- Got a new cam in this
Scary.
one.
Yeah,
Mrs.
coyotes.
Helm.
It wasn't well. It might have been a coyote. Something dug underneath the fence. I had to drive some steel sheets down to keep them out from going underneath. Whatever got the white one.
Oh, yikes.
Something.
How
dug out.
far
Got her
away,
on the run.
David? How far away is your mom from you, like miles wise or minutes wise or whatever?
I'll be there by 11. I'm gonna leave
Ooh.
after this stream.
Oh wow, Baker, that's
Very cool.
beautiful. Me gusto that. That's really cute.
We get it in a
I like
better
that
angle.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, just like you, Baker. Gorgeous like you.
Wait, hang on. I want to see that.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
That's very cool. I'm gonna have to get this set now.
Now don't water them, Baker. Half Irish says.
I actually want some. If you can you get like some blue
Yeah.
beads or something? So it looks
Yeah.
like there's water in
That
it.
would be.
Oh, I was thinking epoxy resin. You could do.
Yeah.
You could
Just
do
get
that.
Yeah,
some
but-
like colored aquarium gravel.
Yeah, but
Ooh, yeah.
we don't really have. I don't know. Yeah, we have it like a pet store, but my buddies used to. My buddy had their mom and dad had a aquarium store. We don't really have that. So
No, that's very cool.
That's
Just get
really
some rocks and dye them blue. Paint them blue.
Aw. Valhalla. So for those of you who are talking about these guys, how crazy Lego they are, he's built 2 full-on sets already. That's beautiful, babe.
I feel like
I'm
I
a-
should have brought up my other little set.
Oh my god.
I don't like that bonsai tree as much as I like the.
I like the bonsai tree. I got the bonsai tree behind me.
I
here.
just feel it looks like a little. It's a little
Sparse, maybe.
Yeah.
It's all
It's
right.
behind the Coochie Kobe.
There he is.
Little-
Hi, Baker.
It's all right. I don't mind it. It's cool. I like the colors.
I have the bonsai tree. The
Oops,
actual
sorry.
bonsai tree.
I have it. It's up there.
See, there's a little bonsai tree behind the Coochie Kobe.
Yeah, there it is.
Did you get a haircut? Oh, he just took his headphones off. Can't ask him a question. Very nice. Oh, Mrs. Helms.
I'm going the wrong way.
Yeah, put blue marbles at the bottom. Like I think that's
Someone
what
else said
Valhalla-
sand too. Sand could work.
Ooh, sand would be cool.
Do you guys have moon sand? Moon sand would be good.
What's moon sand?
It's like sand that's
actual
mixed
moon
with
sand?
No, like the brand Moon Sand. It's like a
Oh,
sticky
it's a
sand.
brand. Okay, like kinetic, like the kinetic stuff. The kinetic.
Huh?
sand?
Yeah,
Kinetic,
it's like
maybe?
hydrostatic or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the
sticks
one
together.
that. Yeah, but I just want some of those. Get like blue glass beads or some.
Nice, Danny
like
G.
some beads.
Diana.
They've got those like glass like pebble things that you can get at the craft store or the aquarium store. Those would be cool in there.
Yeah,
you can get them on whatever colors you want.
Yeah.
Speaker, I have a question now that we can see your face, your beautiful face. Are people in your country as pet obsessed as we are in America?
They're worse because they don't have kids. That's my answer. What do you think, Baker?
Well, it depends on who and what. Funny thing, you talked about that saying hello earlier. My daughter, when she was here, she was out with baby Baker, and she said, "It's so weird where I come from because she lives in the more rural part. Everyone says hey to everyone, and we don't do it here. I'm not living in a big city. I live in I live in the 7th largest city in Denmark, so it's not that big. We're like 50,000 people, but." This is really weird when my camera's like that. But
that's okay.
We don't call them fur babies.
But no, where my daughter lives, you might have more like a utilitarian dog or stuff like that because it's more rural. And where I live, yeah, it's more like a pet.
So it's more like a designer. That's why you have like that cute, perfect.
No, that's Copenhagen. If you want someone running around with a stupid chihuahua on the bus, that's Copenhagen.
So is Copenhagen kind of like the equivalent of like our LA or San Francisco, or can't think of another big like New York? I don't know. Is it?
Well,
it's not that big.
It's only the area around there is only like how many? Matt will probably know. He knows. He knows that better.
667,000 is the population of Copenhagen.
Yeah, and
of the municipality.
The entire Copenhagen area is like 1.2 million people.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's.
But is
that's
it? I guess I meant too more like the culture. You know, like I don't know. I feel like people in maybe it's just. I think it's just. It might be a relatively new American thing where people are obsessed with their pets, not like animals, like farm animals, but their pets.
That started in the early 2000s, and I think it's quickly dying out. Thank God.
Yeah.
The new population numbers for 2025 say 1.99 million in the greater.
Yeah, greater
Copenhagen.
2 million people. That's a lot of people.
That's like the size of Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's in a big area
I've
as
never
well.
been there.
So.
I would love to go, but Baker's never invited me, so I can't. I've invited him several times to visit.
Toured Copenhagen. I've driven through it, but that's it.
Yeah, I wouldn't drive there, but I didn't know it. But hey, I'm the idiot who drove across Manhattan. So
I only drive to the airport. You know, so that's I don't even go to the city. I just drive to the airport.
No, and you just jump off the bridge and then you take like the first exit and then you are at the airport. But
I don't see anything.
No,
I go to what is it? Helsingør. That's the city that I've toured in Denmark.
Yeah, and that's actually they have a really cool. If you like the ships, and I know you do, they have a really cool ship museum.
I want to go see that. I saw the castle there.
Yeah, it's right in front of the castle.
Baker, do you live in a castle?
No, I got married in a castle.
How cool.
So Baker has an HOA. What are you talking about in a castle?
No, I actually live in I think the part of the world that has most castles by capital.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe you might live in.
That's kind of cool.
No, my you talked about my ancestors before. I have a lady who might have been. She was a chambermaid, and then she got married to a mill owner, and a mill owner back then that was a fancy position because everyone had to use that. And
that was high rolling.
It was one of those marriages, you know, where they love each other so much, so the kid comes 7 months after the wedding. And she
fast tracked it. They fast tracked it.
Yeah, but you know, if you love each other a lot, kids can come faster, and it's just biology. There was rumors that she might have that when she was a chambermaid at that castle. That it could have been, but again, I don't inherit, so I can't talk about that. What is shitballs?
Pit bulls.
Someone said something in the U.S.
Yeah,
Shitball.
Mavka was dissing America earlier and said America's full of shitballs. So Diana
Love
says,
my
"We're
pit bulls.
They
Both of them.
are.
I have. There's
in
5 of
Denmark.
them next door.
Oh, I
I
love
love 'em.
pit bulls. Oh my God, they're so sweet.
I don't trust them.
Rest in peace, Saoirse. We lost her this year.
Who?
Our family dog, our family
Oh.
pit bull died this year. Saoirse. Her name was Saoirse. Irish name. How you doing, Jojo? So good to see everybody today.
Every gay speak French. I'm surprised they don't use the French flag as the gay flag. Je parle pas français.
I don't. Right? Parlez-vous français, Mavka? J'essaie de parler, mais je ne parle pas bien. Hi.
I
Yeah, I
will
don't
not
know what-
allow that nonsense to take
Yeah,
place
no.
on this
Well,
Lego
listen, that's
stream.
it, you're fired.
No. We will find a goddamn replacement tomorrow.
Say me, you're coming out of
Spanish
retirement.
crap, but not the French crap, lady.
Yeah. Donde está la biblioteca is absolutely okay.
Perfect.
But,
Right?
Perfect.
La biblioteca está aquí.
biblioteca. No. I don't want
Too many languages. Too many languages. I don't know what you're saying.
Right?
That's still I think that's my best comeback ever was when Clement said that. Oh,
that was good.
Wait, you don't even speak English as your first language. No, it's my third, and I
Speak it better than you.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's
Or
one of those
understand it
where
better
you
than
just wish you had thought about it before it came out of your mouth, so it would be cool that you were that fast. It was just.
I think it makes it better that it even caught you off guard.
Yeah.
Right? Like I think that makes it better.
Yeah. When you
I
say
only
that
made
thing-
it through 7 pages of his book, by the way.
Oh, that's horribly bad. It's horribly bad.
It's so bad. I was like, there's no way I can read this whole thing. I'm highlighting every sentence.
I did that because me and Jess were reading at the same time. I need to mirror my camera because it fucks up my brain that my hands are the wrong one. But me and Jess were reading it at the same time, and then I was just, that's wrong. That doesn't make sense. Why are we going there? And then I said, I can't do this because it took me 45 minutes to read a page.
Yeah.
What do your grandparents tell you about the WW? My dad was 714 in Larvik, Norway. We heard all the stories. My dad was born during, he was born in 43, so that's why I have a Lancaster, see it in this lady. I have a Lancaster tattooed
Oh my gosh.
because that's his first childhood memory was hearing them going down and bombing the U-boats in Kiel. So and his second memory was when they got shut down a lot back then. It was like 50-something% planes didn't return, and they had one shut down nearby the farm they lived on, and they may or may not have hit a British pilot or two, maybe Canadian. But there was a patrol coming out, and because we were called like the whipped cream front, because they sent all the soldiers up here to get them fat and then send them to the east and get slaughtered, because that was the big meat grinder. And my grandma, she felt sorry for these kids, so she offered them some we have like where you boil fruit down and then you'll put water in it, so you drink it like a Mio, but just with real stuff. Yeah, not a juice, but you'll dilute it with water. And she had offered them that, and my granddad got absolutely effing mad at her for, you're helping the Germans. And there was like 16-year-old kids who were going to the Eastern Front, and talk about going to hell. So that's his first memories, and that's what I learned. My mom was born after the war, so, and I didn't really know both of my granddads were, well, a-holes. My mom's father divorced his mom before my mom was born, which was in 1947. So that was, they had to have like a royal letter. So I found it when
that was probably a big no-no, huh?
Yeah, that was a really, really big no-no. And we had I found the paper when I cleaned the house after my dad passed away, and it's signed by royal decree. You have been granted a divorce, and he didn't want to pay for her, and then he contacted her when he got sick in his old age, asshole. And my other granddad, he took a short drop and a fast stop in the barn when he went bankrupt. So I never really talked to them about that.
Wow.
So apparently in my family we have a history of the fathers doing it every second generation. And
Well,
my dad
except that
didn't do it.
you kibosh that tradition.
Hopefully I don't get that.
So far, so good. Anyway.
Right?
Yeah, I haven't done it yet, but it's kind of like one of the weird things where every other generation they either go eat a 12 gate.
I feel like that's the generation in Scandinavia that just sort of had their issues. Because my wife has the same sort of stories.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it came from that transition from the rural society to be more industrialized, because we had the big leap forward with the Marshall help. Everyone got a tractor, and farms got bigger when you got tractors, and he just didn't. He wasn't able to change and go with the flow. So he ran the farm in the ground, and my dad went to agricultural school and was supposed to have owned the farm, so it should have been mine. Oh, cool.
Nice.
But he got into the military. He actually started in the military on his 18th birthday, and spent 5 years in there. And luckily for him, because that's when his dad then did that, and he had to go and save his mom and stuff like that. But that's why he became a firefighter, because he worked firefighting in the Air Force. So that was cool.
Nice.
Spanish sub taught it to us. Yeah, but during World War II, Denmark was occupied by the fans of the Austrian artist, and you guys just basically did everything just really slowly. As sort of passive resistance.
Civil disruption is what I would call it.
Well, we really want to talk about our freedom fighters and believe that they were really good guys and really did a lot of damage to the big war machine. But in reality, my town, back then we had two rail lines out of the town. And they never blew both of them at the same time. They always let them build the other one, then they blew the other one. Because, hey, don't rock the boat, baby. So it wasn't until 43... when it started going the other way after Stalingrad that we really got into it. But my dad went into like a local museum we have a big like a gymnasium or gym high school thingy where the Germans put up base back then, and they had like a bunker outside of that for air raids. And when he came out there, everyone was like, "Oh, you're that family," and my family is named after the farm that we lived on, so pretty easy to know our name. We are like 20 people in the world with that name. And he was like, "What's going on here?" And apparently, the myth is that his uncle was a vet, so he could get petrol. What do you call it? He got petrol for his car because he had to go to the farms and because not everyone could buy it, and he had an illegal radio cover hidden in the floorboard, and my dad's dad apparently helped those flyers get to Sweden. So there was a lot of story, but my as my dad always said, the ones who talked about it never did anything. The ones who did anything never talked about it.
Never talked about it, yeah. I mean, I think that's the same even today.
Yeah.
Baker, you got to read Zach's super chat, though. This is for you.
Yeah. Yeah. My moves are not that long yet.
Baker does not have moves. I've met him in person.
I do have moves. Some days I just get them a little perky when I.
You can get a little lift, a little tuck, a little nip tuck.
Yeah.
All right, Baker. So I asked you where you saw yourself in 5 years the last time you were here. With your channel.
What did I say back then?
I don't know. I got to go look.
Ridiculous, and then I told you that you were underestimating yourself, and now look at us, way higher than you thought then already.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that's an accurate
It is.
retelling of it. Yeah,
It 100% is.
I think
I hope I'll get to 6,000. I'm like, you're gonna be at like 20,000 in like a year and a half. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, I'm not at 20,000.
You're about to be.
No. Do you know how
everyone go sub to Baker? Get him to 20,000. What are you
You're
at right
less
now?
than 2,000 people away.
Yeah,
Do
you
know
got
how hard it
18.5.
is? I was stuck at 15,000 for like 2 months, and then I had a few good streams. I've actually grown a shit ton with the videos I've been putting out lately. That's where I get my growth. So that's fun. Yeah, I know I'm at 18.5, Jemima.
18.5.
That's still a long way. Marissa gets mad at me when I look at my numbers, so I don't.
I'm a member of like 2 YouTube channels and only 2, and you're one of them.
Oh, thank you
Those
so
are my
much.
member perks. You guys got to go sub to Baker if you're not already.
Yes, because we've been with Baker from the beginning. We want you all to continue.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should do something else. Maybe I should start doing Lego streams.
I think whatever you do, you're gonna be super successful.
You got to start doing Lego streams. Well,
Yeah,
it kills
I
the time in between trials.
Yeah,
He's
well,
gonna start
Don't do
doing
it on
interview-
Saturday nights because
He's gonna start doing Lego interviews on Saturday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's what he's gonna do.
yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't work well for other people. I wouldn't recommend that.
Well,
No, but this is just it's just fun. It's just numbers. Who really look at these numbers, because it's not the number of subs you have. It's the number of people who watch your shit. And
Yeah,
I can tell where I've always said I don't want to become that or that channel, and I'm clearly becoming a Can Read channel because I did a video about something Can Read, I get 10,000 views.
Yeah.
I do something about the co-burger, I get 500. So
Yep.
But that's just the fickle YouTube thing, because you can't. I thought I could cheat the algorithm by being on different topics all the time, and they would, but they don't. They'll feed it to people who love. I'm a Can Read channel, so feed it. So now I'm in there trying to overdo some of the other stuff, so I can break the algorithm.
Hi,
I
Matthew.
think Turtleboy coverage and his docu-series is winning with the.
That's the key to the algorithm, though, is that if you have a particular very small subject matter, that's the way to hit the algorithm.
Yeah, then you can grow like shit.
Yeah, and you get the ton of views and stuff like that. But if, like for me, I'd get bored covering the same case over and over. There's only so much I can talk to or talk about or look at.
Except that Karen Reed was
if it's different,
juicy.
if it's different if there's something new coming out, but the case is over.
Yeah, that's I'm making fun of the people crying online. I love the copium, but the people who, and that's why we're going to see a lot of those creators who blew up on the Can Read stuff, because it is very small online, and yeah, you are the one now. Will they be able to transition to do something else?
Right.
Yeah, it has. Well, I have a video with the McAlberts crying. I think it's getting closer to 45,000 views now. So it's some of them blows up, some of them don't do anything, but it's amazing. Yeah, but the anti videos, and I've been doing the quartering. I have to be honest. I've been doing the 8 to 12. I haven't started talking about my channel being under attack yet, or found some shitty coffee to sell. But
give him another week.
Yeah, another week. If I don't grow to 20,000 within a week, I will start doing hey, it's not cheap making cake cups. You don't make cake cups. It's still not cheap. That's why I don't do it.
Making cheesecake in your birthday suit. I think that would drive.
You know what you should actually do? You should start making boxed cake mix. That is perfect.
Yeah, I should get one of those off-brand and then have a baker bakes.
There you go.
But I'm
telling you.
against box cakes.
Jamie would buy like 50% of your stock.
Yeah.
Yes, you would.
Coworker is everywhere. I can't remember anyone new would turn into a random channel, to be honest. Well, I'm not a random channel. I am a household name in
100%
in YouTube. I've been on with the channels who are big in Coworker. So
if you look up YouTube, you'll see Broken Baker.
Well, I am, and I can.
You
I
are
can,
YouTube.
I can say without a doubt, I am the biggest live streamer in Denmark.
100%.
I'm kind of the only one who does it. But
out of all four of them, he's the
So
biggest.
you guys, I've been following Baker so long. When I first started following him, he had one English video and the rest were all in Daneland.
Oh yeah, that's back in the day. I remember that.
Yeah, he used to do all those videos in Danish.
yeah, now I actually started a Danish channel, but that's going to be pure Danish. So
no wonder we haven't seen you.
I used to pop into the Danish videos and I just comment about random stuff.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I had no idea what you were saying.
Yeah.
Those were fun. Oh yeah, I think a lot of people came into the Karen Reed thinking such an injustice is rare, and I'm all for people covering other cases. Yeah, that's the thing. So, like, the case could drive an individual to a channel, and then the host of that channel should be able to, if they like them, maintain that person.
That's why subs doesn't matter. Views matters and viewers matter.
Right.
That you can drive your audience to come back and what. I watched Koberger. I read some Koberger today, just reading the police reports, and I had 200 people sitting there watching it live, and it's almost at 1,000 views. So that's good for just a random Saturday stream doing nothing. So I think I have built that audience. I can pull 150 people to streams. Like when I do a bake at night, when I wake up early and go at like 11 or 12, I can get 70 to 120 people watching me. So I have the bigger audience, and then you'll have the twice the amount of the case audience that'll come in and say, oh, he's talking about a case I like. Okay, I'm gonna move on because that case is the only case I watch. But you want to catch the ones and say, hey, can you do you like my style? Do you like hanging out with the cool people I have in chat? Come back here. And I get it a lot that and that's why I started watching you back in the day when Rackets got on his vacation, is because I like your chat. It's a cozy chat where I feel like a lot of the bigger channels gets I shouldn't talk bad about people. I don't know. Did you hear that AV excuse for why she took down her Aiden video?
I didn't hear anything from AV. I haven't even seen it. I just heard that it was.
No, you can't see it because she took it down instantly because it went so bad. And
I heard that she was talking with the chat a lot. That's all I heard.
The problem was that it wasn't so much. You're gonna have a good stream, you're gonna have a bad stream, you're gonna have a guest on where you're just thinking, oh, can you just shoot me because this doesn't work? But I have to sit there and smile and say, oh, interesting.
Right.
But Aiden did the nice thing. You know when you have a bad stream and you go on and you say, hey, yeah, I was feeling down yesterday. It's still an amazing streamer and you should go watch them and they are so great. When you're really thinking, oh my God, never again. But he wrote, he said nice things about her on Twitch and stuff like that. And then she wrote him apparently an email. He said it on his stream, so I think we can believe it's true. That she took it down because it would be bad for her sponsors, because there was so many negative comments on it. Do you know how grifty that is? First of all, you don't even know who he is, and then you get him on because he's the big thing right now, and then you blame his chat because it'll hurt your money.
I wonder if that was just an excuse, but I don't know. I don't know AV very well. She's been on a couple of my channels back in the day, a couple of my streams. And I didn't watch it. I just heard it didn't go well.
No, but she wrote Aiden that it was a sponsor thing. And I'm just like, well, I'm not big enough to have sponsors. Hey, Lego.
Hey, Lego. Hey, girl.
Lego, we want a sponsorship.
Girl, what's up, Lego?
I as Jennifer says, I wouldn't take anything down. If someone reached out to me and say, hey, I was really drunk on that stream, I said some really bad stuff, would you mind taking off? I would do that. Back when I did the Danish politics stuff, I told them you have total editorial rights over this because I don't want to do a hit piece. I don't want to do a gotcha. I just want to tell people, and I had from every corner of the political spectrum said, it's going to be your interview. I'm going to do it. We're going to talk about what you want to do. I don't want the big headlines. I just want to know about you because you don't get any press, and I want to give it to you. But you'll have full say on anything. The only one I edited and then contacted later was someone who said something that you potentially could say was kind of racist. So I
don't know if I've ever had a stream that went so bad that I felt like I needed to take it down. I've had videos that I posted that I thought were bad, and I just made them private because they were like edited videos and I didn't like the way they were edited. But not that.
Yeah, that's more just because of the way you like to.
Yeah.
Or you don't want it to go. You know. You
This
care
is a
about
question Baker from Jennifer.
from the coworker case, they say as soon as they get it redacted, they will release more and more, but it'll take time. That's what the judge said. But hey, there's 394 pages 394 documents in that file I'm reading from right now. Not all of it is relevant. It's crime scene reports. I just wanted to read some of it to show it's not like in Canton where they don't know who was at the crime scene. I could think of maybe one stream. What?
Baker, let me ask you this. Do you think Brian Kohlberger is guilty of these murders?
Yes, he admitted it.
Yeah, it's not
Kind
even
of where I'm at.
Not even our opinion doesn't matter, right? Like because we didn't get
No,
to
but
see.
I had one in my chat today yelling at me because, well, not yelling, but being very, very. Oh, you don't know everything, and that's.
It's not even, but it doesn't matter.
It's different than if he, admitted something, or if
Zachariah Anderson.
Thank you, exactly.
It's not Zachariah Anderson, right? We're not missing a ton of evidence that because we have a plea, right? So it's not
Right.
Zachariah Anderson. It's not Delphi because we don't have a conviction with a confession under interrogation circumstances. It's not Karen Reed because we don't have a weird flippant offhand statement that's being used as a confession against her. It's someone who's standing up in court, stone cold sober, saying yes, and I am agreeing to spend the rest of my life times 4 in prison.
Yeah.
So it's a completely different situation.
And that's but again, this was going to be the next big thing. So a lot of people have been out there, and then they use the argument. Well, Andrea said there was a doubt. Yeah, because there was a gag order. We didn't know what was in the evidence. But I'm pretty sure if you talk to Andrea today, she would say, "Yeah, he pled guilty. I've been reading these police reports. There's still some things where I, as a defense lawyer, could probably point a finger." But
we
no
won't know
Carpenter.
I wanted to watch the trial.
Me
Brian's
too.
innocent.
Oh, I wanted to watch
And
the trial.
I haven't seen enough evidence that would convict me or that would convince
Same.
me that he's
I
guilty.
went in thinking, let's wait for the trial to be over, and then I'll decide what I think.
And then
Well,
he
that's the
pled
way it
and
should
agreed to
be.
spend life in prison. And I was like, well, he clearly did it then because you don't do
I
that
have that.
otherwise.
I have that cup. Everyone get one.
Oh,
I'm not
that's
home where
nice.
I'd show you. Isn't it cute?
That's my spare Lego pieces cup.
Oh,
Nice.
cute. I love it.
I mean, that's the way it should be, though, right? Everybody has the
If you're
Presumption of innocence is
Thank you.
is
Presumption of
the
innocence.
cornerstone of the American system, any
Yes.
system. But it's the same. I went into the Adam Montgomery case. I was pretty sure he had something to do with his kids unaliving. To this day, I don't think that they know how she. I don't think they had the truth. I think he is guilty of sin and should rot in hell forever. But there was parts of it where I didn't feel like the state proved beyond a reasonable doubt that he did what they claimed he did. Because I don't buy that right after he went to the methadone clinic, he got so enraged that he started that. I've seen drug abusers. We have a methadone clinic not far from where I live, and they don't really get angry when they are on
No, they're
methadone.
nodding off. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
it's that's the thing where I'm like that doesn't. I still think you have the 100 persuasion. Thank you so much.
I love it. I love it.
I've always be grifting.
The three of you suck at grifting, by the way, all of you.
Yeah, this is just my pastime. So
Yeah.
I'm not terribly concerned.
I just can't get myself to do it because.
Well, it's not your personality.
No, and
I'm only going to answer questions if they're in the form of a $5 super chat or greater.
Yeah.
I'm going to actually call somebody out here. Cat Nat Williams. When are you going to come on a Lego show, girl?
Yeah, right.
Call her out. Call her.
That'd be fun. You should come on a Lego show.
Wow.
No, Saturdays are her
Not many
days to
people
get
get
things
invited.
done because she streams Monday through Friday. And
I know.
then Sunday
I know.
she
I've
has,
asked her a long time ago.
I don't
asked her a
know,
long time
horseback
ago.
riding or something.
Yeah,
But
things
that's her
to do.
excuse always. You know.
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe
I
she
love
needs some
how
peer pressure.
Valhalla just goes into a stream and asks some people, not all the people.
Ooh.
That was terrible for the record.
Wait,
that was
what?
terrible. Let's
You know what?
move
About
on.
Let's take that one in the green room.
Leave him alone. He's got some
just
injury.
move on.
Let's move it along. Move it. Yeah, cat
Yeah.
rules.
Hey, Dave, it's 2:10. Can you hit the?
Yeah, we'll end this now.
We love you all so much.
Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Thanks, Baker, for finally agreeing to come back on, even though we have asked you at least a half a dozen times to come back
A
on.
day.
Well,
Yeah, a day.
I'm kind of big now, so.
It's hard when you're that big.
You know how it is. Back when you were bigger than me, I needed you as a stepping stone. Now I
Yeah.
just need to step on
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. That's the American way, baby.
you. Yeah.
All right. Well, you all have a good rest of your
Love
evening,
you,
rest of
Kat.
your weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys.
Chat, y'all rock.
Attorney in a suit and goats on the loose. Divorcee sipping wine like there's no excuse. With Lego bricks stacked in a colorful haze, they're building dreams while the questions blaze. Brick by brick and word by word, secrets spill out as the pieces get stirred. From lawsuits to heartbreaks to stories of old, interviewing life while their sets unfold. Attorney holds a file, but now it's a brick. The farmer speaks wisdom that's earthy and slick. The ex pours her tea while she laughs at the jokes. Behind the strange world, there's magic it evokes. Flashbacks to courtrooms and fields of green, to Cali love lost in Lego scenes. Strangers pour out their life on the screen, in the strangest show you've ever seen. Brick by brick and word by word, secrets spill out as the pieces get stirred. From lawsuits to heartbreaks to stories of old, interviewing life while their steps unfold. Flashbacks to courtrooms and fields of green, to Cali love lost in Lego scenes. Strangers pour out their life on the screen, in the strangest show you've ever seen. Brick by brick and word by word, secrets spill out as the pieces get stirred. From lawsuits to heartbreaks to stories of old, interviewing life while their sets unfold. Classic castles grow, but so do the stories. Tales of fame, past glory, and embarrassing stories. The goat farmer grins, says life's full of muck. The attorney replies, bet that's worth the buck. Brick by brick and word by word, secrets spill out as the pieces get stirred. From lawsuits to heartbreaks to stories